guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspot, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the live watch-along for Tottenham versus NS Mura. Tonight, it should be a spanking and absolutely raining goals. We are joined by co-host Jack, but look, before we ask Jack how he is, let's welcome some of the Harris Army in before kick-off. HB says, Levy out, Nuno out, Kane out. Sue Smith says, another epic struggle again, no doubt, but we will assemble here to witness like the mugs we are. Why do we always do it to ourselves? I couldn't agree more. She also says, Levy out, Enoch out, Harris Army. Darryl Denton, we always make teams better than they are. Nothing changes tonight. Hopefully it does. Says done 3-1 us tonight at 14-1 and Villa at 12-5 at the weekend. Not a bad double at all. Shamu Van Spurs says, come on, you boys. Big up, Shamu. Big yourself up. James Redmond is in the building. He says Real Madrid were 14-1 and lost to Sheriff on Tuesday. Can never take anything for granted. Football betting is a bookie's bonanza. Kuva99 says, hey, fancy seeing you lads here. Big up, Kuva, my man. I hope things are well.
Big
I hope
up,
you have
Kuva.
more notes in the locker. We have William McKenzie in the building. Big up, William. We also have Dan Eno watching Tottenham on a Thursday night. It's not fun because Arsenal are shy. No, we're not shy. I'm never going to say that, Dan Eno. It's watching Tottenham on a Thursday night. Arsenal don't play in Europe because they're shy. That's what it is. Big up, Jerry. He says, Leicester City lost today. I didn't watch it, to be honest. I was on the pre-match pump up, my man. Sean Snow says, Paramount Plus is broken. But that sucks, my man. That sucks. Brandon Sebastian is in the building. Says, where are you guys watching the game? If you have Twitter, get in contact with me. Anyone that is not watching the game, if you have Twitter, get in contact. I'll see if I can do something for you. Old Soul is in the building. Says, big up, lads and ladies. # come on, you Spurs. Guys, please don't put links in the channel. It could get the channel taken down. If you couldn't, just get in contact with me and I'll try and sort you out. Spurs72 says, hiya chat, how are we all doing? Spurs72, good to see you back, my man. We're all doing good. I hope things are well with you. The Irish Hotspurs hat, I'm still waiting to know who's behind that account. Shamu says, was totally going to use that name. Ribsy's in the building. Big up, Ribsy. He says, at the stadium. Big up, Ribsy. Hope things are well, my man. Who else have we got?
Big up, Ribsy. Good to see you.
We've got Mr. Simon, number 7, the midfield. Scares me. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. As soon as I seen a certain name, that's why I didn't put it in capitals on purpose in the banner. Para Miguel Escobardo says, good evening, Harris Army, Flat Cap Army. Big yourself up.
Big up.
We also have
the legend himself, Para Miguel.
Winks, Dele and Lestelso are garbage. We have Daniel Anderson, Weatherall. He says, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Daniel. I hope things are well, my man. Chen Mehmet is in the building as well. Evening, lads. And we have JC seen the pre-match pump up. They have great stuff. You're getting good at this stuff. Yeah, look, probably wasn't my best show, but look, you know, I do try. That's all I can say is I try my best. Some weeks are better than others. You know, some weeks are better than others. It's just the way it is. But look, I do my best. That's all you can ask for. And Dermot in with the super chat. He says, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Dermot, my man.
Come on, you Spurs, Dermot.
Come on, you Spurs. Dermot's absolutely pumped. Guys, we'll let you know as soon as we kick off so you guys can sync up with us if you want. Make sure everyone does smash that like button. Make sure everyone is smashing that subscribe button. And why not help support me and Jack with a super chat or two, guys. The big push for 4.3K is on. We're 9 away. So if there is anyone new, please smash that button, guys. Jack,
I just kicked off. I'm 6 seconds in, Dave. I don't know if yours kicked off for you, but I'm about now 10 seconds in, 11 seconds in. I also got to apologize for everyone on Paramount Plus. That must be, I sometimes Paramount Plus really does, it's very annoying for us Americans, Dave. It really can be. So apologies to everybody. And again, like David said, reach out to us on Twitter. You know, if you want us to maybe give you a different link, if that link doesn't work for us or work for you, excuse me, but we can't put it in the chat. And please, nobody put any links to the chat. Like David said, really isn't good for the channel. It can get us taken down. So just message us on Twitter in case you need a link. But apart from that, everybody, I'm now 47 seconds in, 48 seconds, 49, 50, 51, 52. David, do you need me to sync up with you a bit?
No, we're fine. We're all good, Jacko.
Perfect. Just making sure. Sorry.
Playing in that lovely all-white kit again in Europe, which I absolutely love to see. I have to say. But big up, Dermot, man. Really appreciate the super chat. It's a great help. What a man. We also have Saurav Patak in. We have Mac. He's in. He says, "Where's the game, man? Twitter me or email me, and I'll tell you what we're watching it on." THSE for life says, "Don't look like many turned up." No, I heard they're even struggling to sell the Villa game, to be honest with you. Golden Cock's in the building. When the Spurs go marching on, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it. William McKenzie, big yourself up, my man. We have Marty says, "Well, lad, Mac and Bertie said to give them a shout out." Yeah, big shout out to Shaney, Mac and Bertie, the two lads in the Valentine Bay. Absolutely great lads. And Mert, I hope things are well with you, my man. Hope you're getting on well. And let me know if you're still there, lad. Let me know if you're still there enjoying life. But big yourself up, Mert. A true Spurs fan, I have to say. What a man. And we have Paul Kane, official. Winks is with his first sideways pass. Yeah, look, you can keep count on them.
Brian Hill's skills right there already coming through.
Ribsy85 says the super chat is roughly the equivalent of Mura's transfer budget, so we better bloody win. What would you say to Ribsy, Jacko?
I mean, Ribsy, maybe it's just a bit of context for the rest of the Spurs fans. As much as I would say, somebody like Daniel Levy continues to maybe rely on. Oh, come on, Dells! Del! He's looking for a pen there. I think he's given it, and he's given it as a pen as well.
Come on!
He's giving it as a pen. He's giving it as a pen. Dele Alli's holding. I think he's holding the boot. He's holding the ankle. He's not sure what to hold on to. It's excellent play acting by Dele there. Honestly, well done. I need to see the replay though.
That's shocking play by Gil to give away the ball.
Yeah, but it weirdly worked out there. Weirdly worked out.
Oh, that's a penalty all day long. Oh wow.
He must have had just right. Yeah. Wow. Jesus, ref. Jesus, ref.
If you done that outside
the ball there.
If you done that outside the court, lad, on a Saturday night where I live, honestly, you'd be locked up overnight. That's ridiculous.
Well done by Dane Scarlett, actually. Dane Scarlett, caused is pretty ugly, situation. I would say deflection after deflection, and we're in on goal. I would say not very pretty. A bit kind of how David plays FIFA.
Dele Alli getting a goal on his 50th European appearance for Tottenham.
Come on, Dele, get in!
Come on! 1-0 up. I have to change the banner already. This is exactly what I wanted to be doing.
Oh, boys, let's get 2-0. Like I said in that brilliant pre-match pump up from David there, I would just want to say we need to be 2-0 up by halftime. This is a great way to start it. Nuno is just stroking the beard, stroking the mustache. He's probably thought about this ahead of time. This is the confidence we all needed, everybody. For Ribsy, this is probably the equivalent of the Mura transfer budget. I feel like Mura, they're probably a bit out of their depth. In a way, they actually unfairly got put in, a pretty tough group, you might say. Vitesse, Rennes, and Tottenham Hotspur, especially, maybe Rennes and Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know, Dave. Maybe one of the, maybe apart from Roma, some of the favorites of, even the tournament in general. So I would just say maybe to NS Mura, I would say they're kind of, in a pretty tough group. So hopefully this will just be an absolute rout.
No, I'm telling you, it's flat cap assemble all on Tirana when we get to the final, Jack. But big up, Ribsy. Look, definitely we're 1-0 up now. Let's go get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, maybe 7. And really put them to the sword. Let's be absolutely ruthless tonight, my man. Big up, Ribsy. Really
come on.
Come on, you Spurs. It's great just to be able to be happy about them for 1 minute this week. I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving life, I have to say. I know it's only NS Mura and whatever else, but I do not care. I'm loving
Look at this comment from Ribsy as well. He certainly does. If all else fails, for Dele Alli, we know he can make it in the Slovenian Super League at the end of the day. I think it's called the Priva Liga, actually. It's called the Priva Liga or something like that. Not a lot of syllables in it, Ribsy, but I think that's how you maybe say it. But there you go, Ribsy. And again, referee, I'm pretty sure that's assault in certain countries, especially in Slovenia. I'm pretty sure that's assault.
Sue Smith says, "Evening, David and Jack. Enjoyed the pump up. Hope this does not turn out to be one of the most embarrassing defeats in our history." Well, we're already 1-0 up, Suey. Already 1-0 up. So absolutely delighted. Look, Sue.
New profile pick as well, Sue. Yeah. Really love it as well. New profile pick. Well done on the artwork. And if that's not even artwork, Sue, let me know. Honestly, stunning. Absolutely stunning artwork.
Mary McGee says, "Big up, lads. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Mary.
Big up, Mary.
Come on, you Spurs. The regulars in the building. Come on, Dane. Big up the regular. I hope things are well." Who else have we got here? Derek Hutchinson's in. He says, "Winks is running around grooming himself." Yeah, he's probably asking, what blade the NS Mura midfield gets on his side trim. Wouldn't surprise me. Catastrophic failure says, "This is Dele Alli's type of position." Yeah, fair point. Shamu, let's go. Send him off. Shamu wants to keep % off. No mercy tonight. Absolutely love it. Come on, everyone. Absolutely loving life. Big up, Celery Agent. Hope things are well, my man. Hope things are well.
Sorry, let me just highlight Ribsy.
Come on, boys.
Yeah, you got it, William.
But we need a couple more. Big yourself up. We also have Al C says, Tottenham bros, where can I get a video of this? Twitter me, my man. Twitter me.
Everybody just message us on Twitter if you're looking for a good stream, especially if Paramount Plus isn't working for you, for any Americans out there. So yeah, just message David or I on Twitter and we'll make sure to get back to you and we'll let you know. But please, we can't put it in the chat, and also as well, don't put any streams in the chat, please. And thank you.
Ian Ferguson is in. He says Mura was found in 2012. No excuse not to put them away early. I fully agree. Zanuska's in the building. 1-0. Hope we can add to it. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Irish Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Well, look, Rashunda.
Geo! Oh, Geo! Come on! Geo,
come on! 2-0. Let's have it.
Come on, Geo.
Let's fucking have it. That's easy. That's easy. This is what we wanted to see. A good ball into the box. Oh, I'm a bit behind. Oh, my TV's a bit behind. I have it on both the TV and the computer.
All right, Dave, you need me to pause for you? Maybe go back so we can sync up a bit. Sorry to spoil
it. What a finish by Lascelles.
That is brilliant. I didn't think he would. I thought he would square it, Dave. He actually took on a bit of bravery.
Yeah.
He was a bit brave maybe to go for that. That's what we want to see, though, at the same time, Dave. We want them to, be brave enough to, to take on these chances, maybe take a bit of responsibility, in the box is maybe what we've been waiting for. Great finish. I don't think any even Premier League keeper would save that. That was a brilliant finish.
Keeper. It was curling away from the keeper. No saving that. That's absolutely easy. Big up, Zanuska. Really appreciate the support. Dampu Dolum says, come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up. Dan N absolutely delighted with the 2-0 up. Everybody absolutely loving it. Chem, Ribsy. We have Paul, big up Daniel Anderson. Everyone absolutely loving life. Come on. And we also have the legend in the house, and that's Lazy 8.
Wow.
Ball to Geo, he will score. Absolutely love it, my man. Absolutely.
Big up, Nick. The absolute legend. The absolute legend.
Honestly, this is the busiest I've been in a while having to change this banner.
Also, Ribsy, no apologizing for not knowing the Slovenian Super League. You're an absolute legend, Ribsy. Really appreciate it. He said, sorry, Jack, I didn't know the Slovenian Super League. Ribsy, no problem.
Everywhere
no
we
problem.
Go. Oh. Everywhere we go.
Bit of relief, Dave, actually. Now we can cruise control like Philip was talking about. Now we can cruise control from here, maybe. Obviously, it's a bit early.
Fast defending. That's like a Rolls Royce there. Winning the header and then taking it down and dealing with it. Brilliant.
Chestoning it as well. I mean, that's Christian Romero right there. But this is brilliant to watch. I will say, from the boys.
Oh, great touch by Skip. Oh, and he just holds them off. Oh, I
love the referee. This is finally the respect we deserve, Dave. We've been waiting for these from the referee. Honestly, it's been a long time coming. Of course, it only comes in the Europa Conference League when we least need it, I would say. Sympathy from the ref, but at least we're now finally getting it. Oh, Harry Winks not even knowing where the ball is on that touch.
We are at 9 minutes and 40 seconds, guys, if anyone wants to sync up. Harry Winks taking an eternity on the ball yet again. Oh, Dele Alli, poor control. Regulon to pick it up. Let's see. Oh, referee. Jesus Christ. It's not an octagon they're in. They're on a football pitch, for God's sake.
Just making sure, everybody, if you do need that stream, though, do message me on Twitter. I'm about to check in case anybody did, but I'd be happy to help anybody in case they need it. Big yourselves up.
As well. It's easy pickings, though. It's an easy one so far today. I have to say, though, Jack, they are trying to give us a bit. They are trying to leave a bit on us.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm now actually a bit behind, probably, Dave. I'm now at 9 minutes, 57 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you're way behind that. Just refresh.
Oh, no. It actually caught me up, Dave. Sorry about that. Spoke too soon.
Few people already messaged, so they should be happy out. Getting to watch the game.
Just message the Don, and the Don will provide, as maybe, we've said before. But there it is, everybody. Really do appreciate everybody for tuning in for this watch along. I mean, already as many as we have, Dave. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought maybe people would just be watching this on their own, but they've decided to join us for this nice chill watch along. We're already 2-0 in, and 11 minutes past now at this rate. It's honestly exactly where I want it to be honest, Dave. I didn't want to put too much pressure on the boys, but now it's good to see. Now, and that's a bit of a scary chance maybe from one of the Slovenian strikers. There are a lot of itches on the field, by the way, which is, me and Shamu can probably take a bit of, happiness from that. I would probably say, and probably would like to say, that none of these will be featuring in flatcapeurotalk's itch of the week, because that would be disappointing if any of them did. But maybe to any of the itch enthusiasts, there are plenty of itches on the team for Slovenia.
THFC says, love the way you two are getting pumped up against this dog shit.
We're deprived, THFC. We're absolutely deprived. That's why it is. We're deprived.
What we'll say is, there's something in us kids want you to know. The best in the world is Geo LSSO. Our number 9, our Argentine. Give him the ball and he'll score every time. Come on. Oh, it's easy peasy, honestly. I'm delighted this can be a nice chilled out, relaxing one today.
Right.
My blood pressure has been pumping, it's been boiling. Honestly, it's
like a Euro Talk watch along now, Dave. We can kind of just sit back and relax, kind of get a bit of that therapy that's probably needed.
Open your eyes. Stop, put down the grass. That's it. Gil Messi. Oh, he's too strong for him. Tell him where the weight room is, son. Oh, that's
there you go.
Shocking. And then we do that. Masters of our own trouble. Doherty. Too slow. Oh, great tackle. Great tackle by Lo Celso. Let's go, Tottenham. Let's get 3, 4, and 5. Regular on the ball down the left-hand side. Let's go, Gil Messi. I think FC Nora or NS Nora are just kind of trying to sit back now and contain it now. I think they know they're going to get hiding. Another loose touch from Dane or from a Spurs player. We need to start controlling the ball. Oh, my God. How does he just nuts Winks like that? Why do I have to watch this guy on a Thursday night? Why?
David, if you were to pick any night of the week, though, well, I mean, I know you would say no night of the week, but if you had to pick a night of the week, maybe to watch Harry Winks play, what would it be? Probably a Thursday night.
It'd just be more tolerable on a Saturday after being out all night or on a day's bender or something, Be a bit more tolerable because you'd have the happy juice in you, but I don't know. Not any night. You know what I mean? Not any night. I think I should just get myself a Harry Winks cardboard cutout or something like that, just so I can hate it every day. Big up Legend 27 says, don't get carried away till the final whistle. Nah, look, it's over. Game's over. Sue Smith says, Lo Celso looking like Ronaldo. Hope this isn't his level. Oh, yeah, that end straight away. That nutmeg on Winks, good God. Yeah, I know. Yeah, James Redmond should be clean sheets. Not a problem. Should be easy clean sheets. Spurs 72 said, if we let this lot score a goal, I'll be highly upset. Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Oh, it's too easy, this. It's way too easy. Just passing around. We look silk in that all-white, though, I have to say. I really do like the all-white.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Spurs version of the Los Blancos, Dave, to a degree. Kind of a Los Blancos kit, it's just absolute class. It just breeds, it just breeds class, honestly, especially seeing Christian Romero, Dave, and that kind of kit. He looks absolutely majestic. And as well as I would say, Joe Rodon looks actually very nice in that all-white kit as well. But pretty poor ball there from Region, I would say, actually. But yeah, I absolutely love this kit, Dave. Personally, Dave, I'd probably be rocking maybe the black boots, maybe with it, or maybe some white boots with it. Maybe something that's I wouldn't really do what maybe Doherty or Winks is doing. The orange boots. I think it goes a bit weird with the the all white kit. If you ask me, Dave, it's probably not a coincidence that they even have the the kit wrong, even with their boots. When you think about it, but me, if I was wearing this kit, Dave, I'd probably go with the white boots or the all black boots. What do you say?
Oh, I'd be going with the all-white boots, to be honest with you. White on white, Jack. I'm a big fan of white on white. Look, ever since my old lad, because my old lad always used to make me wear black boots when I was younger. But,
he definitely seems like one of those guys, Dave. He definitely does. Nice and traditional.
I was just like, you know what? I'm the best player on the team. I refuse to wear black boots anymore. I've gone beyond the black boots. So ever since then, I got white boots, and I've been in love with white ever since. So I'll just stick with white boots for me, Jack. Have to say. But honestly, everybody out there, what I would say is just, crack the beers open. You know what I mean? Order yourself a takeaway. It's going to be a good night for Tottenham Hotspur fans. Better than what we've seen over the last few weeks anyway. Jack, what boots do you wear?
Say that again, Dave.
What boots do you wear?
See, in this situation, Dave, I actually used to have a very old pair. This is why I mentioned the black boots. I used to have an old pair of kind of Mizuno kind of cleats, the bit something similar to, I think, Tanguy kind of rocks, if you ask me. That's why I probably like Tanguy, because he has those all black kind of Mizuno boots. That's what I used to have, Dave. That's what I still have. And then I have, an old pair of Nikes, but I don't really like to wear Nike anymore just because I'm a bit of a granola person, as you probably know, Dave. I'm kind of too conscious about the environment and things like that, I don't need to dwell into, but I don't really like to approve of Nike as much as I can. So I switched to Mizuno. And then eventually, Dave, I want to get a New Balance boot, but I know that's a bit too American. So I've actually stuck with my Mizuno so far, just to be specific.
Nice. There's a white and gold pair.
And you know me, Dave. I'm like Arbeloa, pass. I don't need to have the nice boots for the good touch or anything like that. I just need the boots, just to be able to put 2-footed tackles. And the Mizunos haven't put me wrong with the 2-footed tackles. That's what I would say, Dave.
No, look. I used to like wearing the black boots. I have to say, all the best players wore black boots because they didn't want to stand out. That's what the old lad used to say. But no, look, there's a pair of white and gold ones I have my eye on, for Christmas. So hopefully the missus is good to me.
I really like the Nike boots always. I actually really like Nike's design. It's just a company, Dave, that I would say, maybe it's just a company I don't want to support. Maybe a few people probably in the Enoch out, Levy out camp might understand me in that regard as well. But yeah, I try not to support Nike as much as I can, but I really do like their designs regardless. I will admit, I always love Nike's designs. It's just a company I try not to support, though.
No, 100%. 100%. Paul Rowland, welcome to the stream, my man. Matthew Paris, all the way from Barbados. Big yourself up, my man. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, brother. Barbados, I've never been out there. Believe it or not, is it anywhere near like the West Indies? That's where my nanny's from, on my mother's side. So if it's anywhere near there, let me know, my man. Dizzy says, can't beat Palace, Chelsea, or Arsenal, so you lot are taking out your frustration out on these.
I mean, I would just say, this is what we needed at the end of the day. As much as you probably want to rip on it, this is what we needed.
Shem says, Jack, if you give someone the money and they get them, technically you never bought it. Harris Army would find a way around anything. Tor Thomason, big yourself up, says, what a tackle by Big Ram. Brilliant tackle. And we have Tottenham Tantrum, Jack, and Dermot says, now I'm happy that we got 2 goals already. Doherty being turned, but I feel we will win this. But Sunday, the big one, we need all 3 points. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Jack, what would you say to Dermot?
I appreciate that comment, Dermot. And this is what I would probably maybe argue. I would just say, in the case of, the Aston Villa game that's coming up, of course, they're probably riding off the high of that, fantastic win against Manchester United. But you also think that we can only beat what's in front of us, Dermot. We can only beat what's in front of us. And if we continue to smack these boys in the way that we are, I would say that could be that good added confidence maybe going into the Aston Villa game. I am probably a bit worried about how we can still handle ourselves in the Premier League. We've really struggled in a London derby. Maybe when we actually play a Birmingham team, Dave, it might be a bit different. But all I can say is, we can only beat what's in front of us, and we're doing it quite handily to the most part. So hopefully we can find a way to maybe ride this confidence, this sort of form that maybe we're accruing right now, Dave, and maybe ride it into the Aston Villa game. Of course, this is, again, only a Slovenian team, that were the league champions last season. But, like I said, again, I'll stress it again, Dave, we can only beat what's in front of us, and we're doing it quite handily. And hopefully we can ride that confidence into the upcoming match against Aston Villa on Sunday, Dave.
Yeah, it's all you can do is just beat what's in front of you. Look, we have been a bit sloppy there the last kind of 5-10 minutes since the second goal went in. But look, like it's the old thing. Look, you can't choose your opponent. They're put in front of you. You have to step up and do the job. And right now we are. Look, one thing I will say, Dermot, is hopefully none of the big boys come off the bench today. Hopefully they're not needed. And they can really, really kind of fully reset their batteries and then really have a go against Villa at the weekend. Hopefully Romero and Roden can have a good game and they can be the centre-back partnership as well, my man. But big up, Dermot. Really appreciate the support. Top man. Absolute legend. We have a few comments here. We have Richard Bennett's in the building, says, be knackered if we get the stadium sponsored by Nike. Yeah, he would be.
Would I be knackered? Yeah, probably. You know, it'd be a good payment, though, when you think about it with Nike. You know, at least for Daniel Levy's sake, you know, maybe that could be reinvested in the squad. Probably wouldn't be. But when you think about it, you know, probably be a good payment if we were the Nike stadium. But that's all I can say. As much as I don't have to support Nike, but everyone else is welcome to. I would say it's not really my prerogative, Dave, you know, to tell people what to do. But just, you know, you asked about the boots and what I wear, Dave. I just said, you know, I've had to, you know, unfortunately kind of just move away from maybe my, you know, infatuation with maybe, you know, the Nike style. As much as I really love Nike, I would just say I've had to kind of move away from it, kind of tone it back, I would say.
And Jack Umarato says the link, Jack, Twitter.
I've sent a few people, just message me on Twitter, just DM me, everybody. Please just DM me. I've already responded to 2 DMs already, Dave, on that case. So that's all you got to do. I can't go out and find you. Just find me on Twitter and DM me. Appreciate a follow. You know, I'm not very active on Twitter anyway, so I'd appreciate a follow there. You know, I wouldn't be spamming your feed or anything. So everybody, you know, just message me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter. If David isn't getting to you, just DM me on Twitter. And then you'll find a way you'll get the link from there. But please, nobody put it in the chat or anything, because we will have to probably put you in timeout or something like that. So would appreciate everybody just DM me about it if you're looking.
Kev Williams says, evening, David and Jack. Big up, Kev Williams.
Big up, Kev.
Matthew Paris says, yeah, we are the West Indies, brother. Most Western Caribbean island in that area with St. Lucia and St. Vincent. St. Vincent is the one that rings a bell. I think that's where my nanny's from. You guys must visit sometime. Big yourself up, my man.
Yeah, actually, my sister's godfather lives in St. John's Island, I think, as well down there. So big up, Matthew Paris. Big yourself up. Really sounds like a beautiful area. You know, I know the weather, you know, can be a bit volatile at times. You know, it can be rain or sunshine, you know, almost at any given moment. But I know the waters are just absolutely crystal blue, Dave.
I may get over there. Jerry's changed his logo, Jack. He's put the Irish Hotspur logo on there. This will provide
big up, Jerry.
Confidence. Big up, Jerry. Absolutely love it.
He's got the better logos than us, Dave. He, like I said, he had the Flat Cap Eurotalk After Dark, you know, logo. Now he's got the new Irish Hotspur logo. He's got the good logos. How does he do this?
What I will say is, guys, you should look. Everyone change their logos tidy. The Irish Hotspur one or the Flat Cap Eurotalk one. That's what you need to do. And so that every channel you're on, they know who you're representing. Shane O'Neill, my man. Email me, please. Please do email me. You asked me a question about some WhatsApp group yesterday. I'll be interested to hear more about it. So please do email me so I can ask you about it, my man. Please do. But big up Shane O'Neill in the building. Who else have we got here? We've got one of these sad Chelsea supporters in here. Yeah, guys, you know what to do with him. Just play with him a little, just annoy him. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. I'm just getting jealous of Jack drinking there, so I need to go and grab one.
Yeah, there it is, everybody. But I am now 24 seconds or 24 minutes and 30 seconds in, everybody. Maybe I'm a bit behind you guys, but trying my best here. 24 minutes and 35 seconds in. I'm looking now at Romero trying to it's just beautiful touch from Romero. That is pure class from the and he plays it backwards as well. I mean, that's exactly what I would try to do against David in FIFA there. You know, just try to do him up in the back with my center back and then still try to keep possession. I would say that's absolute class from the lads. Absolute class. Doherty on the ball there just seems to not want to do anything with it, even though he had a bit of space. Now looking at Romero dictating tempo from the back, plays it to, it seems like Harry Winks. Harry Winks, you know, dribbling upfield, no sense of urgency. We're in cruise control, hopefully, but he seems to have a lot of time on the ball there. Harry Winks not really able to find a pass. Christian Romero plays it wide to Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon plays it back to Romero. Maybe Romero will ping one here. Yes, he does. He tries to ping one in behind to Brian Hill, and it's played out by Brian Hill, though, there plays it back to Dele Alli with a bit of skill the outside the foot. Well done so far, I would say, actually, by Christian Romero. He's definitely stepping up here. Reguilon gives it away, though, which is a bit disappointing. And then Joe Rodon plays it out of bounds with his head, you know, with the nice clearance. Reguilon is really pushing very up high, and I would say maybe to John Fitzpatrick, I'm maybe going to try to give, Region more of your kind of lens, where I'm maybe going to start being a bit more harsh to him, maybe to Region, despite all the stats that I have, to defend his case. I'll try to look at him with a bit more of a harsher lens here. But Dele Alli absolutely ruining a player there, trying to cut inside, ruins another player there, and then gets sat down maybe a bit by someone in the middle of the park. But I would say actually the boys are playing quite well, especially Christian Romero. The big Rom, as someone said before, is doing quite well here, doing quite well.
Mr. GTV says they're really using this left wing a lot tonight. They are.
We usually try to, even in the last match, of course, on Sunday we tried to.
TTV Borg, the game is on BT Sports, my man. BT Sports. What other comments have we got here? Let me see. Let's see who's in the building. Oh, I get what you're saying now, Shane. I get what you're saying now. No. I'm not in any, my man. I look, I just keep to myself, my man. I'm just one of them people. Big yourself up, though. Para Miguel Escobar says, kindly smash that like button, guys. Please do.
Legend. Listen to the legend himself, Para Miguel. Listen to the legend. He knows what to do. He knows how to. He also does it very politely as well. So big up yourself, Para Miguel. Absolute legend.
No, Paro is a good guy. He's a good guy. Who else have we got here? Brandon says, unpopular opinion, Jack. Opinion. Levy long-term game will financially improve the on-field play.
I think given the size of our club, it's not something that I would like to say that's, something I'd be satisfied with. But I would say if I wanted to be absurdly nice and absurdly optimistic towards Levy, I think it's potentially the case that he hired Paratici, maybe Brandon Sebastian, to kind of go for this Borussia Dortmund kind of route. If you know about Borussia Dortmund, they actually like to, scout very young players and then sell them on for huge fees, maybe get them in for a smaller fee and then sell them on for a huge fee.
This is why... This is why I love Gil Messi. He loses the ball and then goes and wins it back. What a player.
Oh, even like you said before, David, when he's offsides, he doesn't dwell, being offsides. He then just sprints back on, to meet the line of the defender. But to answer Brandon Sebastian's question, it's potentially the case that, we're going for a bit of Borussia Dortmund kind of style of the transfer market, where we're trying to buy very young, talented players, sell them on for much bigger fees, maybe in the future, in case anybody wants them. But if you ask me, that's not really how I would like my club to be run. But it's probably a bit better than what it's been run in the past. So I think you could also look at it that way, Brandon Sebastian. But it's probably an unpopular opinion, and you're very brave for having, an unpopular opinion that you put out there. And if we are to run ourselves like a Borussia Dortmund, at least, I'd not be too dissatisfied with that. But at the end of the day, we are in the Premier League, and I would think, it wouldn't be maybe the real way to achieve true success or really any tangible trophies of any kind. But at the same time, maybe it could work out. But that would be asking a lot of us if we were to try to run our club like Borussia Dortmund, because there's a reason why only one club in Germany kind of does it in such a proficient way like they do. So Brandon Sebastian, I'll try to rationalize with that unpopular opinion, but very brave of you as well. Very brave of you.
Yeah, we love an unpopular opinion. Look, maybe put in a few more if anybody has them. I
mean, Dave, what do you think of that, though? I mean, if we were to be absurdly nice to Levy and to Paratici, is that maybe the case? They're trying to go for something like a Borussia Dortmund kind of style of transfer kind of dealings?
Look,
especially with us signing Pape Matasar, which we're about to release a scout report on.
Maybe we are trying to get in some of the young hot prospects around Europe, and I do agree. I do agree to a certain extent that, eventually, some of the gain, could see us be better in the future in the long term. But look, the thing is, they did get us into a bit of a mess, and we do have a lot of stadium. Oh, unlucky. We do have a lot of the stadium to pay off for as well.
Right.
So how much of that money, with all the events at the stadium,
exactly.
How much of that are we actually going to get to put towards transfers?
Exactly.
Until the stadium is paid off. So I don't know where I sit on it, to be honest with you, Jack. I'll be honest. I have to do a bit more reading into the finances, more of the finances on it, because look, there's a
I
lot
was just trying to play devil's advocate,
No, I know. I know. But no, look, it very well could. Look, Pape Matar, Gil, Romero. Look, I've said Romero and Gil. Hopefully, they'll be here for 7, 8, 9 years, even more.
Emerson as well.
Emerson as well. Look, we were never ever going to get everything done in one window. That was never going to be the case. But yeah, look, I can see his point. I can see his point. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably just a bit impatient. You know what I mean? That's all that is with me. I'm probably just a bit impatient when my team starts losing. And yeah, but look, no doubt about it, I do think we have bought some good players for the future. And eventually it might pay off, but we'll wait and see.
I think plenty are impatient, and the Spurs family, and plenty of just a lot of. We're all very impatient, Dave, and I would tell you we're probably a bit more patient than others. I'll tell you that, but I would say a lot of us are extremely impatient, and that's for a reason, though, and that's for a very good reason as well. So but maybe Brandon Sebastian, hope you appreciated that kind of devil's advocate answer, and I do mean devil. I really do stress that as well, in the devil's advocate answer, but hopefully you appreciated it.
100%.
Oh, Dele, come on, have a crack here. Oh, Darty better do something with this. Oh, Jesus, come on.
He is
smart. Matt Doherty can find himself in the best position in the box in the world, and he still won't be able to find the pass that we're all looking at.
Jack, he'd find himself sitting in a brewery and he still wouldn't find a pint, lad. He's ridiculous. Big Papa says, if you close your eyes, Jack and David's commentary makes it feel like you were sitting in the stadium watching the game.
Oh, that's way too nice. Big yourself up, Big Papa. Really way too nice. Big yourself up, probably.
Me is on. He says, I live in the Netherlands. Where can I see the game? Not a watch-along. Yeah, well, I did put watch-along in the title and it's on the thumbnail. What I will say to you is if you do want somewhere to watch the game, get in contact with me on Twitter and I'll see what I can do for you. I can't make promises, but I'll see what I can do for you. But big up, everybody. Make sure everyone is smashing that like button. Make sure everyone is smashing that subscribe button as well if you're new. And why not send in a super chat too to help the channel? Ribsy85 says, yeah, Jack, he should just cross his eyes with his eyes closed. Random chats has to be better than his aim. Honestly, you can
pin a tail on a Doherty, as they say.
You can put a barn door in front of Doherty and they're huge and he'd still miss it. It's honestly, it just makes you think, how do some of these players get professional contracts? And they've been the thing is they train day in, day out, and you still can't learn to wrap your foot around the ball. And why aren't you working on your technique? You know what I mean? That's what I'd be questioning. Why aren't you working on your technique and training? You're actually paid to work on it. So I don't know, Ribsy. I don't know. And Ian Ferguson, big up Ian Ferguson. No dinner today, no fancy dinner today, Ian. He says Doherty couldn't hit water if it fell overboard.
I don't even know if he wouldn't hit any ocean in the world. I would tell you that he wouldn't hit any ocean in the world. It seems like David's analogy is even better. I would say that guy could find himself, he could find himself at a German brewery and he still wouldn't find beer. He's still, like David said, it just is honestly disgusting. With Doherty, the wastefulness that he has, Dave, honestly, it's just disgusting. At times you just think he's also supposed to be a right wing back as well. Spurs 72, he's supposed to be a creative wing back, and there's no sense of creativity about him. There's absolutely no sense of creativity. The guy just doesn't know how to do anything.
Nah, it's a joke. Spursy 72, loving the analogy as well. Big up Spursy 72, appreciate that. Sue Smith says one of our worst ever buys. Oh my God, that's saying something. Yeah, Dan N says Skippy doing a great job covering for Romero, 100%. Matt Lovin's in the building. Devin's in the building. Big yourselves up, guys. But Kuva99 says the inability to sell Deadwood is the most disappointing thing about the transfer window. It's like cutting out half a cancer and the rest next year. Jack, what would you say to Kuva? Kuva, you're supposed to be the jokes guy. That's a very serious comment, my man. Come on.
It's to a degree. I would probably... Kuva, maybe I would say is that we have had maybe difficulty in getting all the Deadwood out maybe this last summer. But if I take ourselves back a few months, ago, when the transfer window was just starting, we didn't think we could get very much out at all. And David and I have said, and we probably are on paper and saying that we're not completely satisfied by maybe all the Deadwood we got out, especially in the case of Ben Davies, maybe Winks as well. We probably wanted out. But then you could also suggest, take yourself back a few months ago. Did we really think we were going to get it all out in one window? Definitely not. And I think you'd be a bit unrealistic, not saying you, Kuva, but anybody that thought that we would get it all out in one window is probably being a bit unrealistic. And that's what I would say is, so maybe we can get it all out by the January transfer window. That seems a bit hard as well, considering, during the January transfer window, I don't really see the likes of people wanting, Harry Winks or Ben Davies and players like that. But maybe by the next window, we would get them all out. But yeah, it's probably a bit like a cancer, Dave. You can't cut it out all at once. Maybe that's probably the case. You can't cut it out all at once. You got to kind of chip away at it, maybe over time.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, what I will say to you guys out there is you're talking about 14, 15 players to get rid of. You know what I mean? Yep. Just talent, just not even talent, but players, just shit we've accumulated over the years. 14 or 15 of them to get rid of. So you're never, ever going to be possible to get that done in one window. But we made a bloody good start at it. And hopefully, like Jack was saying, we can just continue it on in the January transfer window and then hopefully the summer window as well. Correct. I think the January transfer window this year might be a slight bit different with clubs having revenue from fans and stuff like that. I reckon you might see a bit more movement in the January transfer window this year because teams will genuinely have disposable income to buy players. Now I'm not talking about us, of course. Like we're okay, but I'm talking about other clubs. We'll have a bit more money free to spend.
Waste.
Yeah, big up Kuva, my man. I really appreciate the super chat, man.
Big
what
up,
a guy!
Kuva.
Really appreciate it.
Appreciate all the support you give as well on our sister channel as well, Kuva.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate it. You're an absolute legend, Kuva. Really do appreciate you, as well as plenty of the others that we've seen on Flat Cap Bureau Talk as well, Dave. Really do appreciate all the people in the building.
No, I really do appreciate them. What absolute legends. Just trying to block someone there. I don't know what's going on. It says an error occurred. Oh, he's gone anyway. Good. Rodney Trotter says the passion and determination from Skip is unquestionable. 100%. Rodney Trotter, that's out of Only Fools and Horses. Great show. Yeah, it is unquestionable. Look, I couldn't believe we was dropped from the North London Derby. I thought Nuno was self-sacrilege. To be honest with you, he was. I couldn't believe it. Like he's the one player for me. Along with Højbjerg, you don't really take out midfield. You put them two in, and then you put your attacking player in and around them.
Oh, Skippy! Did you see how far?
So close.
Oh, speaking of the man. Oh, that was close. Even Harry Kane is nodding at that. Thinking, "Wow, that's not a bad attempt by the skipster."
Oh, I can't
honestly, that's Norwich days right there. Dave. That's God.
I want him and Gil Messi to score for us and Dane Mbappe. I'm so dying for him to score. Ribsy says, just like Spurs to buy a wing back that can't tackle, pass, cross, or shoot. He's just a lump of Spurs kit pulled over it. Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Ian Ferguson says, no fancy dinner tonight, fellas. Took the girlfriend out for a birthday on Tuesday and had a great meal then. Look,
there you go, Ian.
You only bring them out for a meal for what's to come after the meal. So I hope that was even better, Ian Ferguson. Big yourself up, my man. Hope you had a good night Tuesday. I hope she did too. But big yourself up. And we have Neil Shafton in. Transfer window January would be much different because of COVID. Oh, yeah, I agree. And Ian, look, what I will say to you is, let me know what other little fancy recipes you do have there. I'll be interested to hear some, my man. Big yourself up. Of course, Tottenham are still 2-0 up here, guys. 2-0 to the good. It's too easy. 2-0, too easy. What more do you want? Absolutely loving life. It's good to see us back. I'll be honest with you, though. I am a bit disappointed that we haven't. I think we've dropped off after we've scored 2 goals, to be honest with you, Jack.
Yeah, I think absolutely so. And in fact, I would probably say any of the chances that we were creating in the beginning of the match have really actually
dried up.
Yeah, really dried up. And I find myself, maybe it was too low of an expectation. I kind of said, on the pre-match pump up on We Are Tottenham TV that 2-0 would probably be a scoreline I'd be satisfied with by halftime, not by the full time by any means, but by halftime, I'd probably be satisfied with 2-0. But considering how quickly we got to 2-0, that's a very scary pass. Whoever played that, Matt Doherty, I think it was. That was horrible.
What annoys me? Oh, Lord. Please take him off. Please, right now.
He's trying to pass it into his own goal, Dave. I just don't even know. Galini, at least we know. Galini's not been the best with his hands, Dave, but he's decent with his feet. And, like, Jesus, like, Galini's probably looking at it like, how much do you want me to do here?
Jack Doherty wouldn't pass out an OAP on a mobility scooter if he was in a Ferrari. He's
go Dane! Go Dane! He gets stuck in. Oh, there it is. That's a good tackle by the Slovenian. That's a good tackle.
Oh, Nookie. Great tackle.
Oh, come on, Dels. Oh, wow, Dels. Come on,
Dels. I don't
know
about you, Jack, but, like, I don't know. Like, we should be pressing the living shit out of these. You know, at times we're kind of sitting off and letting them have the ball. Like, half of these players have barely played. Jesus Christ, just take your foot off the throttle or put your foot on the throttle and go for it, you know?
Probably right, Dave. You're probably right. I mean, we see Skippy. Look how high Skippy's been up the pitch as well. You know, Skippy's almost playing a bit of a Højbjerg role, I might say. You know, pressing a bit high, you know, also being very defensively responsible, of course. And it seems like Winks, you know, as per usual, Dave, is just the one that just likes to hang right in front of the center backs and just kind of just ride the game out. But I would just say absolutely brilliant dummy by Dane Scarlett. Just very unlucky there. I would say actually credit to the Slovenian defender there. Harry Winks, though, with a brilliant touch, I will say, and then a brilliant pass in here. For Brian Hill. Brian Hill cutting inside. Oh, a little step over there, a little sauce. But he gets blocked actually there. He tried to play, I think, a cross goal for Dele Alli from the looks of it. That was well done, though, by Harry Winks, Dave. And we were always trying to be, you know, at least we try to be, I would say, how do you say, yeah.
Has he found his level, Jack?
Maybe so. If anybody thinks that maybe Dele Alli, you know, belongs in the Slovenian league, I would say maybe Harry Winks is now finding his level, finding maybe, you know, the right type of team maybe to play against constantly. If this is the level that Harry Winks is at, I would just say again, everybody just shows, but he's still not even playing. Maybe he just plays such a silly, unique role, Dave. He tries to play like this Jorginho role, you know, where he's able to just sit back in front of the defenders and just try to play, you know, passes, you know, and dictate the tempo. But still, you think about it, Dave, you still think about it like, if this is the team where he can dictate the tempo against, like, it just should be the bare minimum. Really, that means less than the bare minimum, I would say.
It's shocking. It's shocking.
But well done by Harry Winks in that regard. Well done, I will say. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Maybe Chris will probably call me out on it if Chris is in the building.
Yeah, but look, I find it hard to praise him for a little move against a Slovenian team when he's had like loads of other games to play and he's been shit.
That's fair.
But no, look, I get it. Praise where praise is due, to be fair. But Daniel asks his favorite Irish player, Roy Keane, my man. Roy Keane, followed by Robbie Keane / Damien Duff / Richard Dunn.
Good picks.
Very and good Shea picks. Given as a goalkeeper.
Oh, wow. Shea Given as well. Yeah, great picks.
Thank you, Jacko. Let's see who else we have in the building. Richard Bennett says, if Nuno's struggling to motivate the players, is he the right man for the job? Nope, he's definitely not.
Definitely not. If that's the case, if he is struggling. But don't believe every rumor you see on Twitter, though. I would also say, you know, as much as that could be the case that, you know, Nuno is struggling to get through to the players, though, it's often the case as well, though, that, you know, Twitter media, I might say, you know, when the time is, you know, suited to them, they like to put out rumors like that. And then everybody just chooses to believe them when they want to. And I'd like to remain optimistic and say that the players are still giving Nuno a chance, but we even brought it up on Kaniki Answer Me, you know, in case you want to check that out and realize that, you know, a lot of times, you know, we blame the manager when in fact it has always been the players that are the common denominator for sure.
Yeah, go to 1 hour 28 of last night's stream if you want to see the most epic rant I've ever done in my entire life.
There you go, Davo.
I nearly passed out. Honestly, I summed Spurs up within about a 3-4 minute rant. Absolutely unbelievable. Do get over there and check it out on last night's stream. John Smith Wilson says, should bring on Kane. He needs shooting practice. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Spurs 72 says, we need another goal before the half. We should batter this lot. Come on, you Spurs. Rapidly dropped off. Yeah, no, we have dropped off. It's, I don't know, are they comfortable? Maybe did they have a few drinks at the 007 night they went to? You know, zero.
Oh, Brian.
7 games.
Oh, what a touch. That Spurs is ridiculous. And he's doing the silk. Oh, come on, Brian. You at least got focused there, though. You tried to mag him, I think, on that. And he wins it back, though, Dave. Like you always say, he wins it right back. It's actually unbelievable.
He loves the ball, Jack. Honestly, he'd kick his missus out of bed and sleep with the ball if he could.
Oh, there, and Doherty going for a penalty there, which is just a bit atrocious. Well done, actually. Again, Brian Hill, that's a foul, ref. Region here. Hopefully he finds Brian Hill, maybe. Oh, not a bad ball into the box, actually.
Jack, I don't know, is it just me, but since when did we start watching WWE?
That was just
challenges tonight.
That was a bit sad, actually, that the referee didn't give that to Brian Hill. I thought he did everything he could, to try to stay up there.
Let's go, Gil Messi. A nice ball in from deep. Or Regulon.
Keep in possession there. Find Skippy, the tempo setter. Skippy with a...
Dan Scarlett, get yourself on site so you can whip one in around the back of them. Come on.
It's halftime for the lads. There it is, everybody. And Spurs 72 saying, Spurs 72, I'll be honest. I was on the pre-match pump up with David. I said this before, but I wanted 2-0 by halftime. I was plenty satisfied. Maybe, what was it, Dave? 12 minutes in? And maybe we probably wanted more after that, but you could also probably give credit maybe to the Slovenians. It really maybe feels kind of weird to say that, but I felt like they kind of shored it up a bit more, maybe a bit harsher tackles that we've been seeing thrown in. They were probably caught off by, the stadium, the moments as well. And it's potentially, just the case that they kind of shored up the defense. They haven't really done anything, going forward. So to a degree, I'm actually quite satisfied. They barely made it out of their own half. I think since it's gone a bit dry for us, they barely made it out in their own half. It's actually just become a bit of a boring game, I would say, since we've gone 2-0 up, if I'm going to be frank. But Spurs 72, I really agree, actually. We probably should be 3-0 up by this rate, but we haven't actually created chances since then. I am very disappointed by that. But at the same time, the way that we were creating chances within the first 15 minutes was just, one after another. And when you have Matt Doherty as well, on the right-hand side, who can't even put a single ball into the box with his eyes open, maybe brought up earlier by Ribsy, might as well close his eyes in order to maybe find his man. I would say, we are sometimes playing with a hand behind our back as well.
No, but big up Spurs 72. Really appreciate the support, my man. What a legend. William McKenzie says, Damien Duff or Dunn, did David say? Yeah, Richard Dunn, my man. Richard Dunn. JC, Paul McGrath. Yeah, Paul McGrath too, I have to say. I used to love playing with a drink in him. D-Trex Kane says, these faces annoying me, I swear. Yeah, it's something.
Mr. Hollywood, as they call him.
It's something I said a long time ago with this guy, Mr. Hollywood. He just puts on these ridiculous faces, and it's like, I'm trying so hard. It's like, no, just do better. I'm fed up with it. Shane Bell says it will end up 2-2. Dan N says, Gil, what a sexy touch it was. David Woodford says, Nuno interview before the game seeded Moody and defensive. My outlet texted me about it, and he did say he's lost the plot a little. So we'll wait and see. Zanuska, great comment here. 2-0 is good, but wary about what our second half performances will be. I definitely am.
She's a wise one, Zanuska. So when she says that, that does make me a bit wary. But hopefully, Zanuska, I doubt you're ever proven wrong, Zanuska. But, hopefully in this case, you are proven wrong, maybe Zanuska. And I think that's a fair concern as well, Zanuska. Pick yourself up as well. Always appreciate the support on Flat Cap Euro Talk as well, Zanuska. True legend. Yeah.
David says, not too impressed with 2-0, to be honest. Routimus says, positive and in control. Ribsy says, well, we played 10 minutes of football and then autopilot for 35.
Cruise control, that's what it is.
Big up, big boss, man. This guy's a legend.
Come on, big boss, man. Come on.
Big Papa says, think the reason we aren't pressing the shit out of them is because they are putting in a few hospital tackles. Yeah, but half these players aren't even going to play on Sunday. So they should be putting their all in, to be honest with you, if they want to get into the first 11. Big Boss Man says, headlock for David Harris. Big yourself up. DMT says, big up, guys, as always. Come on, you Spurs. Saurav says, these guys not giving the ball to Dane Mbappe is driving me nuts. Yeah. Shane O'Neill says, Gil is so sharp. Everything he does is done on instinct, unlike a lot of the players who needs 2 or 3 touches to control the ball. Absolute breath of fresh air. He really is. That's a great comment. This is what I'm saying about this guy, and this is why I love him. This is why I absolutely love him, because he is a breath of fresh air. 100%, you're correct there. Tim Man 007. Let me know where you at the Premier with Harry Kane and Regulon and some of the Spurs players doing them. Big up Tim Man 007. She says, it's okay, guys. We will get to the final this season and Levy was sacked Nuno a week before. What would you say to Tin Man 007, Jacko?
First, just got to say, let me know if they enjoyed the premiere of you, Tin Man 007. I heard it's actually a great new action movie, for you this year. So maybe they enjoyed it. But I would just say maybe in the case of Nuno, he only has a 2-year contract in comparison to maybe Jose's, which was a very expensive contract that Daniel Levy maybe saw a way out. It was almost like canceling, like a free trial or something like that. Levy saw, the opportunity to cancel the free trial before spending too much money. The classic Levy. And maybe Tin Man 007, I would just say in Nuno's case, it's not too expensive of a contract. But then again, James Redmond did remind me that I think it's something like $7 million a year, which is about half of what Jose was being paid per year. But you also could say, it might be a bit expensive, for him to get rid of. But at the same time, if Levy wants to get rid of him, he should get rid of him because he needs to realize that success is absolutely vital with this club at this rate, because people are at his neck at this rate, Levy. So he should make the right decisions. He should become a bit more ruthless when it comes to the squad. We know when it comes to recruitment, he's been leaving it to Paratici. Hopefully he's been giving funds to Paratici maybe to work with in the January transfer window. I know that's being extremely optimistic. But at the same time, I would just say if he sees the need to sack Nuno, then he sees the need to sack Nuno. But he can't do it after a match like this, especially, I would just say, we're cruise controlling at the moment. So I only wish Nuno the most success, because David and I really did back Nuno practically more than a lot. I mean, a lot of people did. I would probably say David and I really wish the most for Nuno. We really wish the best for him, and hasn't gone too well so far in the last few weeks or so. But I would still wish him all the best of success, despite me doubting his tactics in the last few matches. But I would just say I really do wish Nuno a lot of success.
No, look, hopefully it does work out. Do you know what, though? I don't see it, but hopefully it does. Look, I give any manager that walks in the door a chance. There's no point in moaning when he's here. No point in crying when he's here. And then, when it doesn't work out, we're like, oh, I told you so. Look, when a manager comes in, you have to give him a go. You have to give him a chance to see what he can do. And look, unfortunately, it's not really working out right now. I'll be inspired. I'll be honest with you. Look, a positive and a negative. I'll go with the negative first. I'm not too satisfied with that first half, I'll be honest with you. Look, we went 2-0, look, great start, put them to bed early. But then after that, keep the ball. Find spaces, but play attacking. And when you don't have it, just press them, turn the ball over. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of these players are not going to be in the starting 11 at the weekend. This is their chance to come out here, smack this team up, and put their name forward for the starting 11. None of them are really grabbing it. Look, Brian Hill, that's the only positive. That's the positive I will get onto. But none of them are really grabbing it. Look, I'd say, okay, yeah, Dele Alli, he won the penalty, good bit of play. What has he done since then? Lo Celso's goal, great goal. Okay, Lo Celso's probably been okay. Doherty's been shit again, especially going forward. It's not defensive that we should be worried about tonight. It's going forward. He's been crap. I'll be honest with you, Reguilon's lost the ball a good few times going forward. That kills me to say that, because I think he's a good player. But he's losing the ball going forward. Winks, slow in midfield. Skippy's been good. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not really inspired by it. The only thing I will take as a massive positive is Brian Gilmessi. I keep telling everyone about this guy. Give the guy a chance in the starting 11. Get him in there with Son, with Kane, with Lucas Mura, with Højbjerg and all the sorts. Get him in there with them. He deserves the chance. He's the only one that anytime the minutes that he's been given, whether it be on the bench in Europa Conference League, he's actually took them. He has a bit of flair about him. He has a bit of skill about him and he's direct. But Jack, not only that, when he loses the ball, he's dying to go and win it back. How many other players tonight are pressing with him to try and win it back? He loses the ball, he makes up for his own mistake. Same as Skippy. The rest of them, I'm not too sure. But look, I don't know. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed. We should be absolutely slapping these up. As soon as we got the second goal, we took the foot off the throttle. It's as simple as that. Took the foot off the gas. But big up to him, man. Really appreciate the support. And then we have a super chat from Tottenham Tantrum as well, Jack. And he says, brilliant watch-along, guys. Really brilliant when we saw his skill.
When we saw his skill. Now I'm a believer. Now I'm a believer. Looking and also looking forward to FIFA 22 tonight. Looks like he's getting that early release. Looks like he's getting a bit of that early release as well. Dermot, I know David's got it a bit early. So there you go, Dermot. Maybe you can hit us up, especially for any FIFA, especially if you're on the Xbox, Dermot. Please hit us up. Be happy to play as well. I know David is looking for a different opponent after some of the smackings he gave me. Maybe he can find a bit of, a bit of a better challenge against a different opponent. So Dermot, feel free to hit us up, for the FIFA, especially if you're getting it a bit early. I know David's, been waiting for another opponent, for the last few weeks. So there you go, Dermot. Please feel free to hit us up. But absolutely, I love that. When I saw his skill, well, I'm a believer.
Absolutely love it. Big up, Dermot. Really appreciate it, my man. Big yourself up. Let's see what everybody, make sure you are smashing that like button. It's a real help to the channel on the YouTube algorithm. Please make sure you smash that subscribe button if you're new. The big push for 4.3k is on. I think we're about 8 off it. So guys, if you could smash that subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And look, why not send in a super chat like Dermot, like Tinman007, like Ribsy has done, and Tottenham Spurs 72 and the likes, guys. It is a great way to help support the channel. But let's see what some of the Harris Army are thinking of this performance so far. Well, bed knobs and broomsticks hates Nuno. That look, each to their own. He's passive aggressive. He says DMT85 says, I think Brian will be better than Ginola. He's a proper Spurs type. He really is. Better than Ginola. That's a big name to be living up to. Sean Snow says, we pass so slow. Couldn't agree more. HB says, Dele needs to be benched. Sue Smith says, Brian is Modric with a bit of Ginola thrown in for good measure. Love it. That's what I always say, Sue. Adam Phillips says, feels like a lockdown game. It does. Adam McFarlane says, Dele thinks he's a superstar. Ha ha. Island Life says, Dele loses the ball, then starts jogging. Donna Norton says, can't stand watching this kind of football. And Harold Thompson says, where's Jack from?
I live in Brooklyn, New York. If you're anywhere close by, Harold Tommen, there it is. I live in Brooklyn, New York.
There you are, my man. And Ribsy85 says, yeah, David Bryan has Yid written all over him. We gave him the number 11, get him into the starting 11. I couldn't agree more. And we'll just take a couple more and then we'll let Jack in with his thoughts on it. What I'm after saying. John Smith Wilson says, Gil does look 60s boy band. Should sing a Galiever himself as a goal ceremony. Oh, it'd be absolutely awesome. Kane the long shots in the building. Big up Kane the long shot. Long shot says, we are our own worst enemy. We have no composure on the ball. There's no reason the players should be panicking so much with the ball at our feet. 100%. I couldn't agree more. Chris Cho says, Roden is class. Jerry's in the building. Big yourself up, Jerry. But Jack, look, like I was saying, I haven't been too happy with the first half. I'll be honest with you. Slower passing. We should be pressing the living shit out of them. No excuses for some of these players not to go full throttle because they won't be in the team against Villa at the weekend. Look, I'll be honest, great start, Jack. But honestly, since then, we've been absolutely poor, I think, to be honest.
I mean, since those two goals have flown in, in which I would say even the first goal was, maybe not too pretty when I even think about it, Dave. It was a few deflections, and then, Dele Alli gets the pen, slots it away, maybe like he should, but the first goal wasn't too pretty. The second goal was actually quite nice. Well done by Gio Celso. And then from there, we've really yet to create very much. I think, though, at the same time, Dave, we're kind of reaching those kind of possession numbers that Philip was talking about that he wanted to see. I think we're at around like 68% possession, 69% possession, which I know he wanted to see 75, but that's, decently close to maybe what we probably wanted to see, probably being a bit too nice to the squad at the same time. But we haven't really created very much. And I'd probably like to even see our expected goals because it's probably not very high when you actually think about it. It's probably not very high. So it does show that, we haven't actually created very much. And I do kind of agree. It has been very disappointing. And, maybe a bit more question marks for Nuno, but we're still 2-0 up. And, I don't think you can really question him at that rate, when you are 2-0 up. But I am a bit disappointed. For sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. Boy Edgy says, hi lads, new to the channel, enjoying the chat. Need 2 more goals in the he's from Newcastle, UK. Big yourself up, man. How'd you end up being a Spurs fan living in Newcastle? Let me know. But look, make sure
I know Chris is close to him then. Chris must be close to him, so there you go.
Yeah, channel regular. Chris will be living close to you, boy Edgy. He's up in Newcastle too. But yeah, look, my man, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hopefully the notification bell as well and alert you every time we're live. So big Big yourself up, my man. Really appreciate it. Ganesh Prabhu says none of the goals since Man City from build-up play. Shit passes. And Sean Snow says Scarlett looking good too. Just no service yet, but he's working hard. Yeah, look, this was my concern. Seeing him in the lineup, then you see who's in midfield, and you're just kind of like, look, I've seen this before against Pacos. It's all well and good putting the guy up front and giving him minutes, but if you're not going to give him any service, it's kind of like, what's the point? What's the point, of putting him up there? Because it's not going to do his confidence any good as a young lad. And Linda Williams, she wants started out. Big yourself up, Linda. Hope things are well. It's just, look, do you know what it is? I expected to be smacking this team. I don't know, Jack. Just something's not right at the moment. Nuno looks very red and pissed off on the bench, to be honest with you. It's the other guy, it's the other manager that probably looks the camera of the two. Look, I'd be angry too because, look, Nuno should be expecting a big win here tonight, Jack. He should be expecting a big win and hopefully kickstart the Nuno revolution. You know what I mean? But it's just been passive, slow. Like I said, there's a few positives, Gil and that, but it's been a hard watch since the second goal went in. It's kind of what we're used to right now, and they need to book up the right days. But, 133 in the house, guys. Make sure you are smashing that like button. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. And hopefully you get to enjoy the game with us, for the rest of the half. Hopefully we see you all here throughout the whole half. And why not help support the channel with a super chat or two, guys? It is a great way to help support me and Jack on our journey. Lightwork says Tottenham till I die. William Kelly, he says, what's the score, boys? William, it's 2-0 Tottenham. Second half is just kicked off. Dele Alli with the first one, he won a penalty out of the keeper, and then he dispatched it. And then the second one was Lo Celso, good chest and a good finish, I have to say, by Lo Celso. Chested it down, shot across the keeper, was curling away from him. Good finish. But William, since then, it's kind of been poor, my man. Yep. It's kind of been poor. But William, I do want you to get in contact with me, so please email me, man. My email is below. I'd love to get in contact with you. Big yourself up, lad. Big yourself up. Jack, anything you want to say? I'm just
want to apologize to James Redman. Let me know if I do it a little better. I try my best sometimes. It's just the American in me sometimes, James Redman. I do try my best with more foreign names that are not English names, that I try my best. That's what I probably pride myself in terms of pronunciation. Something that I think we could all do a bit better in terms of foreign names. I try my best in pronunciation. But Norwich, maybe Norwich. Let me know if that's good enough for you, James Redman. Maybe it was a bit more subtle, a bit better pronounced. Do apologize. James Redman, in case you don't like to hear it pronounced that way, but big yourself up, James Redman, as well. And also to William Kelly, thank you for joining us as well, Williams Kelly. He probably wants to turn away from maybe matches like this so he doesn't get disappointed, baby Dave, because he doesn't want to run out of maybe the Captain Morgan too early in the week when you think about it. So big yourself up, William Kelly, as well. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, it's 2-0 at the moment. We kind of cruise controlled and just were absolutely dominating them in the first 15 minutes. And then from there, it just got a bit boring, I would say. And not to say that, this Slovenian team, NS Mura, really produced anything of any significance. But same time, we also really weren't doing anything either, William Kelly. So there you go. But yeah, 2-0 at the moment. And also, James Redman, let me know if maybe that second attempt was a bit better. There he goes. He says, spot on. Appreciate it. Especially the approval from James Redman, David. It's a tough approval to get, I would say. So there you go. Maybe it was a bit better that time. Do apologize. But I try my best. It's a tough approval to get, Dave. It's like getting an Oscar approval. It's like winning an Oscar, getting approval from James Redman, Dave. So there you go. Big yourself up. Do appreciate the sympathy, James.
Nick Fenn says, at this point, I don't want Doherty to cross. I just want him to cross country and run back to Ireland. I couldn't agree more, Nick. I couldn't agree more, my man. It's awful. He's awful to watch. He's god awful. William McKenzie says, I may change my name to Willie. We got a Will Stewart as well.
A lot of Williams, yeah, a lot of Williams, a lot of Wills. Maybe you got to find a new one. But to be honest, William McKenzie, you're a true legend of this channel, so you don't need to change it. Honestly, you're the William. So there you go. But there is a William Kelly. Honestly, the William Army is very strong in this one. The William Army is very strong. Probably even competing with the David Army. You might say. Kind of two rival factions. Of the Harris Army is the William Army. So you guys are strong, though. I would stay strong. William Kelly. There are plenty of you.
Jack, do you think the performance tonight so far would be enough to kind of keep the fans off Nuno's back?
It would need to be another 2 goals, Dave. Need to be another 2 goals.
Even then, do you still think it would be like, do you not think they kind of have to go full throttle at this kind of half to kind of, I don't know. It's just not inspiring, is it? Really?
No, it certainly hasn't been. Certainly hasn't been inspiring by any means, Dave.
And I hate doing. We're winning and everything else, but we should be thrashing these.
We really should, but like I said, Dave, I thought I'd be satisfied with 2-0. I thought they would be kind of, this team would be really sitting back against us, and we probably find it quite hard. I mean, we've seen Man United really struggle against teams that sit back against them, and look at the firepower that they have when you think about it as well. So, certain teams, when they do sit back against it, we can't find it very tough. So I probably want to be a bit nicer. But then again, Dave, I do agree. I'm not very satisfied or really very impressed at the same time either. So that would be my answer. And I does that add further pressure to Nuno? Probably. But, I continue to, think that maybe, the Aston Villa match is to a degree, his real test. I would say that's his real test, because if we get maybe a result against Aston Villa, not saying all would be not saying all would be healed by any means, but I think he'd buy himself just a bit more time if he were to get a good result against Aston Villa. And a good result against Aston Villa would be 3 points. So, there's only really one way of going about it. So that'd be my answer, Dave. Hopefully that's satisfactory.
No, look, a good answer, I have to say. Good answer. It's just slow and laboured. Look at them. They're all standing there just passing it between themselves. Any movement, any desire to try and get on the ball and grab the cojones, turn on it, make something happen. I mean, these are shit. There's going to be no repercussions tonight. The only repercussion you're going to get is if you allow them the sense of, hang on, these don't quite fancy it. There's something in this for us tonight. That's when it becomes a dangerous game. You know what I mean? Put your foot on their neck and really be ruthless. Punish them, for fuck's sake, for being shit.
Yeah. But then again, though, that's kind of fallen on Nuno's. That's where maybe the player management has come from, where the guy is just a bit passive on the sidelines. The guy is just doesn't really like to bark at his players, doesn't really like to embarrass them, you might say, like maybe some managers would. Doesn't like to really get in their heads. I don't think it's the right terminology, Dave, but lack of a better term, really, when you think about that, he doesn't like to, get through to them. Maybe when things are maybe going a bit slow, things aren't maybe satisfactory to him. So I would just say Nuno could definitely improve on that. Maybe he just thinks about it in a different way of how to communicate with his players. But then again, on the sideline, he doesn't communicate with his players at all. So I would just say that's sometimes the bit of a disappointing part, is that when we are not doing well, Dave, when we could be doing a bit better. Wow, Dele Alli getting megged by a Slovenian player is a bit embarrassing when you think about it. But I don't know, Dave. My answer is that I feel like the player management could be a bit better, at least from the sidelines. At least
passes together. That's shocking. They're not even under pressure. Fuck me.
I just think Dele Alli getting. I know, Dave. I agree with you. I think even Dele Alli getting megged by a Slovenian player like that is a bit embarrassing, especially.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He must be way ahead of me.
You're not going to believe this.
I don't want to know.
Here it is, Jack.
What is Galini doing? What is he doing?
Another corner kick. Another fucking corner.
This is actually starting.
Exactly what I was saying, Jack, a minute ago or 2 minutes ago. This is exactly what I was saying when I said, when you're starting to play like this and you give these smaller teams the sense they're not quite at this, there's something here. And now they've got one, they're going to sense two. Why? Because all of our players are standing there. Look at Dele Alli standing there. Look at him standing there. You know what I mean? Look, I know it was a good strike and whatever else, but it's preventable. It's another corner kick. A, get out and close them. But B, it was coming because we couldn't string two passes in the midfield together. We gave the fucking ball away. And why? Because they took the foot off the gas and they think it's going to be easy. What wins you these games easy is having the right attitude coming into it. And that's it. And now they're going to go into their shells. They're going to cry. They're going to be scared. Oh, it's ridiculous. This is a Slovenian team that are fifth in the league in a 10-team league. Absolutely a joke. We can't even play in their stadium when we go away because their stadium doesn't even meet Europa League conference thing. So we have to go and play in a bigger team stadium. It's an absolute joke. Honestly, this shouldn't be happening. You should not be conceding to these. Not one.
No, not one, Dave. Absolutely not one. But again, though, the corners, Dave, like you said. Sorry, Dave. Yeah, you go.
No, sorry. I know people are going to say it's a wonder strike, but it's not. It's preventable. That's the team.
Yeah.
Close them fucking down.
Exactly. And maybe like David is saying in the comments here, just not good enough. And Dave, I don't know why it is that, especially maybe someone like Nuno, you would think who's defensively capable, very organized in that fashion, so we're told, and maybe so what we've seen from the beginning. The fact that we conceded this many so far from corners is absolutely shocking to me. It really is shocking. And as well, I would just, why is Dele Alli going for the fucking mag there? Jesus Christ. Why are you have full space in front of you, Dele, and you decide to go for a meg. Like Christ. But okay, Dave, I'd start to then question Galini again, because every single time he's had a shot from outside the box, he just seems to be dumbfounded by it. I'm not saying that Galini by any means needs to be saving that, but if you're saying that there's like a player that's in his way from watching that, he just watched it go in, and he's supposed to be a goalkeeper, Dave, and now they're breaking through. This is again, Dave. This is just scary. This is just scary. I would say, Dave, this is again. Does it fall on Nuno? Yes, I would say again, Dave, it really does, because I'm not enjoying the football that I'm watching. And, more and more and more, after we scored those 2 goals, we kind of, to a degree, maybe saw a version of this happening. We saw a version of this happening because the football was not looking good. And if this team gets a bit of confidence, maybe gets this kind of break like they did, Dave, now they're back into it with full confidence.
Honestly, I'm going to go nuts. If we do not win this, or we scrape by, oh my God, they're really testing my loyalty. I can tell you that much. It's getting to the point where it just hurts. It actually hurts how shit we are. And again, do they care? Oh yeah, guys, we go get 2-0 up. Now let's start dilly-dally on the ball quick. Let the fans get the pictures in for Instagram and Twitter and all this sort of crap. Just do your fucking job. Just do your job. You just slow passes and look, people said at halftime in the comments, I'll be wary of the second half performance. I said it. You can't be slow and passive, because you invite these teams then to feel like there's something in the game. Absolutely joke. William Kelly says, just seen the lineup, can't believe Ali Winks and Doherty is in it. This manager doesn't learn. Villa are going to give us a kicking. You have to start dropping the Deadwood. William Kelly, I could not agree more, my man. I could not agree more.
Play the under-23s.
See, this is the thing. This is where I do kind of start to blame Nuno now, because he does have the options there, right? We're not in some sort of like mad injury crisis right now. When's he going to learn that there's just certain players in this team you cannot play? You cannot play, because they make games 10 times harder than what they ever need to be. Football is the most simplest game in the world, but some of these players, when they play, they make it so hard. Yep. What would you say to William Kelly? I completely agree with him, man. I completely agree,
William Kelly. And actually, this is why I completely agree, because I was saying, do a bit of research, seeing the last time that the under-23s played William Kelly. I saw the lineup that we put up against Crystal Palace for our under-23 team, and William Kelly. I know Dark Sun G would agree with me in this case, but actually, our under-23 team is actually quite incredible. You really look at some of the players that we can put out there. Like, these are highly rated players by Spurs fans, even by players outside of Spurs, or fans outside of Spurs. Some of our under-23 talent is actually quite solid. And so, considering how much of a liability Doherty, Winks, like I say, the usual suspects, and even Dele Alli in this case, William Kelly as well, the usual suspects, I would just put in the under-23s. I would just put majority under-23s.
Doherty's free as a bird, and he puts it over the bar. I mean, free. Like free.
Oh, and he puts on the Mr. Oscar face as well. And he puts on the Mr. Oscar face.
Runaway face. Look at me, I'm trying. Fucking Jesus Christ. I swear to God, with some of these guys.
I've never seen that guy not furrow his eyebrows. I've never seen that guy not furrow his eyebrows. But William Kelly, I completely agree with you. I feel like they're the usual suspects. And I saw our under-23s team. I saw the lineup that we put out against Crystal Palace. I would put probably half of that team against NS Mura here, and I would say we get a better result. I'd say we get a better result.
Now we have to bring on Harry Kane and Lucas Moura purely because some of these guys can't do a proper job. Oh, and Sonny. Why not bring on Sonny too? Do you know what? Empty the bench. Bring on Højbjerg. Bring on the whole starting 11 from last week. Why not? Absolutely ridiculous. Carry on. Take him off. And there's no point in pulling faces, Dele. No point in pulling faces. Get off the field. You didn't close down the shot. Stop crying and get off. I'm sick of it. Had enough.
It's actually sad to see even Dame Mbappe be pulled off as well. He doesn't deserve that, in my opinion. I don't think he deserves that by any means.
Why not throw on the kit man and Doris the canteen lady too? Why not? You know what I mean? Ridiculous. William Kelly also says the definition of madness is playing the same Deadwood and expecting different results.
Yep. I agree. This is because like I said, it's the usual suspects, William Kelly. It's the usual suspects. I'm going to start calling them that, Dave. I think we really should. It's honestly that case. It's Dele Alli, it's Doherty, it's Davies, it's Winks, and there are probably a few more as well that I might even be missing as well. But I think they are all just absolutely just the common criminals in this fucking team as well, William Kelly. I would say that. Some of the people that I see being taken off, it's just a bit unfair, Dave. Why are we taking off Brian Hill? Like, we don't need to be taking off Brian Hill. We don't need to be taking off Mbappe, Dave.
I'd say Brian Hill's probably been taken off to be rested for the weekend.
Maybe, okay. At least if we see him start. If we see him start on Sunday, then I'd be happy with that. If we see him start on Sunday, I'd be happy with that. But I really don't like. I don't know why Winks is still on. Winks is still on the pitch, Dave. Doherty is still on the pitch. It's not like anything was actually fixed. They just put on maybe better players that will still be burdened by the players we're talking about.
Now, see, this is how big dogs act. This is how big dogs act. Straight away, it's too easy. We haven't scored yet, but we're trying, which is good. This is what some of these other players should be doing. Paul Markey says, same old story, score and then go into hibernation. Yeah, I couldn't agree. When are we going to come out? Next fall? Who knows? But big up Paul Markey. I don't know what you think, Paul Markey. Please do let me know. But there's no way that we should have to bring on Kane, Son, Mura to save our ass. No way whatsoever. It's absolutely shambolic. I am not happy. There's no way. Why and this is what I said last season, even in Europa League. We should be giving time to the likes of Harvey White, Alfie Devine, McCandy and stuff on the bench. They're not even on the bench tonight because Nuno probably knew this was going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's taken away from their game time and their development. In fact, some of these players should actually be stand there at full time in the dressing room and apologize to the likes of Amole and Harvey White for not getting a game because they couldn't perform. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Apologizing to these young lads. They're blocking their pathway into the first team. I've had enough. But
Dave, to be honest, even further criticism to Nuno to a degree, Dave, a lot of us had answered that we wanted to see the under-23s in this match because we know that the under-23s would have actually gotten incredible experience from some of these matches. We got incredible play time, incredible minutes from these matches. And then as well, we know that there are liabilities in the squad and the likes of Doherty, Winks, and Davies and whatnot, Dave. So you kind of think about it that way. Like, yeah, Nuno, why is he playing these players? If they continue to upset us, if they continue to disappoint us, if they continue to hurt us in this sort of way, Dave, I agree with William Kelly. You got to be actually insane to continue to play them, especially when your job is on the line as well, William Kelly, you probably say, especially when your job is on the line. So, William Kelly, I couldn't agree more.
I'm sorry, but how is this even a contest? How is this even a contest? Jesus Christ. They should be thinking what meal they're having already after the game. This is shocking. William Kelly says, I never wanted this guy's manager, and I had a feeling this was going to happen. He just doesn't inspire me, guys. He has to go before it gets embarrassing. I'll be honest with you. He doesn't inspire me either. I'll be honest. But look, again, it's not all the manager's fault. We've seen this time and time again with other managers. But I agree. Look, I wanted to give him a chance, William. I really did. I wanted to give him a chance. But unfortunately, we're at a point now where you can't keep giving these managers chances because how bad it's going to get you. You're going to have to act quickly. And it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. It's
Did you get to Lightworks, by the way, Dave, maybe? Lightwork had a super chat.
1 second.
And then we'll get right back to William Kelly's, I promise.
Oh, sorry. Lightwork says, we have an amazing stadium and fan base, but we're not good. No, I couldn't agree more. What a comment, by the way. Stadium, amazing. Fan base, probably the best and most loyal in the world. Team, couldn't give a shit about us fans because if they did, they wouldn't dare be pictured at the 007 premiere after getting smacked by Arsenal. They wouldn't have dared. Back in the day, that wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't, even if they went out, you wouldn't have seen them out. They would have made sure they weren't pictured because they knew what absolute grilling they would have got off the fans. But But big up light work. Really appreciate that.
Wow, like light work, honestly, in so few words as well. Like really well said, I would just say, really well said. We have the beautiful house, but no furniture to really respect the beautiful house. Like Pochettino said in the past. There you go. William Kelly, though.
Yeah, what would you say?
I mean, I wanted to give Nuno, the confidence, and I wanted to give Nuno, I tried to give him maybe the best resume possible, coming into this club. David and I, maybe William Kelly, it's potentially the case that you weren't able to see that. And, I don't want you to watch that now because it probably would give you an aneurysm, watching us, maybe kind of praise, Nuno like we have in the past. But, we tried to give Nuno maybe the best potential welcoming into the club, especially from this fan base. And he's just disappointed since the Man City performance, since even probably might even say the Watford performance, I would probably argue even as well. It's just been disappointing. It's just been downhill from there. And I don't even know. It's just at this rate, it has gotten embarrassing. It's like after the Man City match, William Kelly, I was wearing my Højbjerg kit just around the grocery store, just picking, everything off the shelf, just showing them the pride. Now, since then, I have yet to wear my Spurs shirt, practically outside the apartment. So there you go, William Kelly. That just shows it's just the case of Nuno. It's just the case of Nuno. He's just actually, and the players as well. And I say more on the players than Nuno, but Nuno certainly hasn't made it any easier. But they just continue to embarrass us. And again, William Kelly, I kind of agree. Nuno, his job is on the line, and there are a lot of fans like yourself that didn't believe in him from the beginning. So why on earth is he playing these players that we know will just continue to betray him and continue to make him look worse? There you go, William Kelly.
I'm just fed up with it from top to bottom. There's no accountability whatsoever. I'm fed up. Look, I'm going to clip what I said yesterday on yesterday's stream. If anyone does want to check it out, check it out. It's about an hour, 1 hour, 28 minutes in to 1 hour, 30 minutes in. But honestly, I'm just, there's no accountability. The players are going to blame the manager. The manager's going to blame the players. And the owner's going to blame, whoever. He's going to blame Paratici. Paratici's going to blame the manager. Manager's going to blame the players. And then the players are going to deflect it all the way back up. There's no accountability. No one wants to stand up and be counted. And this is why you see performances like this. This is why you see little minnow teams from Slovenia coming to Tottenham Hotspur and embarrassing us and making a contest out of it. Is because our players don't have the right attitude, desire, or hunger to even win a game that should be basically routine. Honestly, my local team would smack these. That's how shit they are. It's absolute joke. This is like playing a team in the lowest division in professional football in England.
Playing a National League team, Dave. Yeah,
a National League team. It's ridiculous. But big up, William Kelly. Really appreciate the support, guys. Chat is absolutely hopping. Feel free to smash that like button on the stream, guys. If you feel like it, the subscribe button on the channel. If not, I understand. And then feel free to get in a super chat too, help support me and Jack. And if not, again, I understand. And I also understand that not everybody's in the position, so I will do my best to get everybody's comments up. I'm just fed up now. I've actually just had it here with some of these players. It's gone past. It's actually gone to hatred with some of these players, and I never wanted it to go to that level ever, because I try to respect everyone that's been involved with the club or has touched that crest, worn that crest. But honestly, with some of these bottle jobs, it's actually gone to hatred. It's actually gone to hatred. Come on! Come on!
I must have got to refresh because I must have fallen way behind you, Dave.
He's one of our own. Harry Kane. He's one of our own.
That's ridiculous if we have to use Harry Kane. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. And that's a beautiful finish. Come on, Harry.
Oh, come on. I'm still pissed off, but it's lighting the mood a little because I'm still pissed off because he shouldn't even be on the pitch, Jack. Him or Mura shouldn't be on the pitch.
Nope.
It still pisses me off, but look, it lightens it a little bit. It probably means the 2-2 is not going to happen, which is thankful. But oh boy, we've problems. Kane, the long shot, Jack. We may start getting through some of these super chats, my man. Yep. He says, we saw the same weak mentality under Poch. Jose was supposed to fix it. He couldn't, and the same thing happened to us. No manager can fix these guys.
There you go. I mean, I don't know. I think with a lot of these players, I don't think any manager can fix these guys. I think we've actually exposed a lot of these players. I think Jose did that in the past, exposed a lot of these players for who they are, and that's being not footballers, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Actually, absolute overpaid clowns, as many have said before. But then again, maybe Nuno is doing that, but just in a worse way, in my opinion. Kane the long shot, Nuno's doing that in a worse way, where he doesn't really call out the players like maybe Jose had. Doesn't really, show why he doesn't trust them like maybe Jose has. Nuno just kind of sits there quietly and just plays these players continuously in kind of just an insane manner. Like William Kelly said, if you continue to play players that continue to just betray you, prove you wrong, and just hurt you in this way, you are a bit insane to be doing that. You are a bit insane. And so Kane the long shot, that would be my answer. I think Jose at least exposed these players for who they are. Has Nuno really done that? Yes, but also probably unintentionally. At least Jose, maybe to a degree, did it intentionally. And I would say in Nuno's case, it's a bit unintentionally. So that's my answer to it.
What I will say is there's a reason why businesses have return policies on damaged goods. It's because they're damaged and they're never gonna be good again. You know what I mean? So we just need to get some of these damaged players out of the team, and that's it. Be done with them. Stop trying to turn them and thinking you're going to get more out of them. You're not. Same results, different managers. I don't know how many more managers have to come and go before a manager finally just tells the truth and says, look, Winks, you can go and do one. Davies, you can go and do one. Doherty, you can go on a holiday and just don't return. You know what I mean? I'm fed up with it. Paul Markey says Nuno just hasn't got it and has to go and quick. I agree. Look, he's inspiring me. He just doesn't inspire me.
This is the match where he should have been
boring and shit. And
this is the match where he should be destroying a team. This is the match where he should be destroying a team. This is the match where he should be doing it. I really agree, Paul Markey. Really agree.
Yeah,
I think Villa match is, final test, Paul Markey. That's what I would say. Talk to me after the Villa match. We'll probably have our final conclusion maybe on the guy. That's what I would say. After the Villa match is probably the final conclusion.
Yeah. Look, it's an international break. It'd be interesting to see what happens, whether the stick or twist. Be very interesting to see what happens, guys. Let us know what you think we should do. William Kelly says, get Conte in. He will get the Deadwood out. Look, William, we tried getting him in. We wouldn't pay for his coaching staff. We wouldn't pay for them.
And we wouldn't give him the budget to get the Deadwood out.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, if we do get him, he's going to demand more money just because we didn't pay him the first time. I don't blame him. His coaching staff, we're just going to have to stump up the books and get them in. It's that simple. But then Conte ain't coming without having assurances over more money to spend, getting his players in and being able to turf out some of these players. So, look, I agree with you. I think if Conte came in, he probably changes this overnight. I'll be honest with you. He probably does. Over a week or two, I think he changes it. But problem is the money to try and get Conte in. I think
there you go.
That's the major problem, William. But look, I would love to get him in. I really would. I was a big fan when we were linked with him. I was like, yeah, I can't wait. But it didn't happen. But look, let's see what happens, William Kelly. But a good choice, my man. A good choice. And that's what I like. The solutions about it. Solutions. I like it, William Kelly. But are we going to get him? Who knows, my man. Tottenham Tantrum says, the blame full stop lies with the players, Nuno and Levy. There's no passion, no fight, no nothing. They're playing for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. What would you say, Jack?
I mean, they are. And also, Dermot, especially with the motivational, kind of messages that you've given me about this club, and with maybe what Bill Nick has created with, the type of team that we're supposed to be playing like. We're supposed to be playing, the best kind of most, I would say, if anybody were a neutral watching Spurs, it's always supposed to be the type of football that everybody wants to watch, the type of football that everybody wants to try to play. It's the push and run. It's everything that Bill Nick created. And it's also as well, it's even what maybe Poch continued, you might say, of my generation of what Poch made. That's the type of football that we should be playing. We're playing, at this rate, I don't even know if it's conservative football. It's just shit football at this rate. Tottenham Tantrum. It's inexcusable what we're trying to play. I don't even know what type of identity, message, anything at this rate that Nuno's trying to give. And so he's kind of, to a degree, taking the soul out of this club. But I would say, Dermot, as well, the players are taking the soul out of this club. Watching what Doherty does on the pitch, watching what Ben Davies does on the pitch, watching what, Winks does on the pitch. It takes the whole soul out of the club. It certainly does. And that'd be my answer. I just feel like there are a lot of players and maybe even past managers, including Nuno, that have actually kind of ripped the soul maybe away from this club. And I wanted originally to be somebody that just said, listen, I want to be winning at all costs. But now I'm starting to realize why maybe Spurs fans, feel so attached to, just at least playing aesthetically pleasing football, at least playing, the football that, makes you happy and proud of your club. Because when you are losing or when you're not maybe playing your best, at least you know that the players are putting their heart out there. At least the players are playing the right kind of football. Really agree, Dermot.
There's no like cohesion. They're all playing off the fly, off the cuff. They're making it up as long as they go along. At least with Pochettino, you knew where you were on the pitch. You had Walker out one side, Rose out the other. You knew where Eriksen was going to be. You knew where Harry Kane was going to be. Now they're all just making it up as they go along. There's no like certain system or certain style or way of tackling or even just a plan in place to go forward. Because if there was, players would know where they could look for when they're on the ball. But right now, they just don't. It's shocking. But big up, Dermot, my man. I really appreciate the support. Shane O'Neill says, I've cups of tea in my room older than the club, and we're still struggling. Yeah, I know, my man. I know. It's painful. First of all, what I will say is look, I would actually wash up them cups, my man, because the milk has probably turned in them by now. But no, look, man, honestly, Shane, please cheer me up, man. Like, where is this going from here? This game was supposed to give me a bit of confidence going into the Villa game, and like, even if we do end up going and scoring another 2, say, I'm still not going to be happy because we shouldn't have to be bringing off the big dog.
We shouldn't concede as much as it was a great goal by, I mean, was it really? It was a great hit. It was a great strike, but just shouldn't still happen, Dave. It just really can't happen. It really can't. And even the moments that this Slovenian team have found themselves in, a better team would have probably punished us as well in some of the moments that they found the ball. So Shane O'Neill, I would just say, maybe as much as you probably want to worry about Spurs more, probably just start focusing on those teacups, because at this rate, there's so much to fix here. Might as well just maybe take those over to the sink, wash them out nice and clean, put them in the dishwasher if you have one. I don't have one, so I have to wash it by hand. So there you go, Shane O'Neill. That's what I would say. Take care of those teacups, because it's going to be a lot longer to take care of Spurs. Probably find a bit more success in taking care of those dirty cups than you would maybe taking care of these dirty players.
Shane, what I will say to you is, my man, buckle up and strap in. It's going to be a long, long season.
There you go. I think it's Crocodox now here. There you go, Shane O'Neill. Big yourself up, though, Shane O'Neill.
Oh, he's back.
How are you still ahead of me now? Come on, Dave. I love it, though. Oh, come on. Hey, Sonny in behind. He's definitely going to square it, isn't he? And he just does a beautiful score. Ooh, I would say, though, Dave, not the best finish. It doesn't
matter. It's in. It's at the double. Kane at the double. All we need now is 7-0.
Oh!
Come on.
Come on, the boys. Harry Kane. There's that smile, Dave. There's that smile. He's going to be saying, obviously. He's going to be saying, obviously, a million times after this match. Big yourself up, Harry Kane. Honestly, the legend himself. That's actually, honestly, a fantastic square by Sonny, though. A fantastic square ball across the sticks.
Unbelievable play by Son. See, this is what you need. Player that like Sonny, he's got to get on the ball, drive at players, make it difficult for them, use his pace, sit them down.
Oh, that was a brilliant touch.
And then it's just a great ball across to Harry Kane. And then Harry Kane's at the double. He's exactly where he should be, where we want him, which is in the box, putting them away. Shooting practice for Harry Kane. It's now, I'm going to have to change the banner, Jack. So you take on the super chat here. I have to change the banner now.
Brilliant touch by Sonny as well, I must say. Brilliant touch. Crocodox here saying, evening, lads. Who do you use? Who do you use? Who is the most infuriating player at the club at the minute? Watching Dele Alli today has been painful. Yeah, and someone said, I think it was what's his name? I think it was Hal Perry or someone, maybe someone that we see often in the Irish Hotspur group chat, as well as a live chat, as well as We Are Tom TV's chat. Hal Perry said something like, "Isn't this the guy that was pulled off after 45 minutes in North London Derby that's captaining us tonight?" I wanted to give maybe Dele a bit of the benefit of the doubt, thinking that he would probably prove us wrong in a match like this. He won the penalty, took away the penalty. Ever since then, he's actually been quite poor, in my opinion. There's a reason why Dele Alli's been taken off in matches like this. There really is a reason, because he really is absolutely useless to us in times when we need him to be the player that he's supposed to be. We even today, he had Harry Winks and he had Skippy, behind him, to cover for his defensive work. And this should be the reason why Dele Alli should actually prosper. He should find all the reason in the world to, I would know, just produce a lot more than he did. I really don't think Dele Alli did anything that remarkable. When I think about it, we were definitely bigging him up in the beginning, but he didn't do anything that remarkable when I actually think about it. I would say that's a good shout out for being the most infuriating player at the club at the minute. For me, it's actually really starting to become Matt Doherty. The other night I said Ben Davies, somebody that if I had to pick one player to get out of the club by January, it'd be Ben Davies. Matt Doherty at this rate might even actually replace him at that guard, because I really don't even know what a Matt Doherty is at this rate, Dave. I don't even know what a Doherty is. I don't even know what type of footballer he is. So I would actually say Matt Doherty. I think Dele Alli is a great shout, though. Crocodux, great shout.
Imagine what a bit of actually passing and movement can do. We're playing like we should be. Imagine what a bit of movement and passing can do. Insane.
But we can't be using, but David, but we're also playing against this team, and that's what it might look like, with the high quality players that we have that we brought on. Of course, it's going to look this way, but it's certainly
imagine what a bit of running about and movement can do. It's mad what it can do, actually. You'd be quite surprised. But Crocodux, look, I'm going to change it from player to players. I'm going to put an S on it and make it plural. For me, Harry Winks, Ben Davies, Doherty. I cannot take any more of them three any longer. They're just not good enough to be here, and we need to wake up and realise. Look, I know Ben Davies didn't play today, but Winks and Stinks and Mr. Hollywood Doherty, they're out there, and they have to be bailed out by the big boys again. They're supposed to be the big boys out there, but they're being bailed out yet again. Yet again, the big boys had to come on and save their bacon, like they did in the second leg against Pacos de Ferreira. Look, we should have learned a lesson last year against Zagreb. Where we played the good team in the first leg, got the result, then the second leg, boom, we played these guys, look what happens. I'm fed up with them. The three of them can go Colchester, Antwerp, Zagreb, Pacos de Ferreira. I can name off more that they've played in, results that shouldn't happen. So for me, I want them gone. Dele Alli as well. Look, I'm pissed off with this guy. Do you know what pissed me off more? Was his face when he seen his number come up. Hey? Yes, you, Dele. Get off the field because you've been absolutely crap. You know what I mean?
I didn't even see that, Dave, but when you referenced that, I was appalled that he even reacted that way. I didn't even see that he did that. That's appalling that he even reacted that way. David, when your number is called, and there is a reason why it's been called, and to him to have that inflated ego about it, it's just still sickening. It is sickening, Dave.
It's a piss take. But you're pulling these faces. Get off the field. What are you going to do? Go on your Instagram live tonight, and cry and go touch a black cat if you want Mourinho out, or if you want Nuno out, like you did for Mourinho. Go and do one and grow up, my man. Please just go and play some football or something, Dele. Please, Jesus Christ. Paul Markey says, best manager out there who plays the style of football we want is Marcelo Gallardo of River Plate. Paratici should go and get him. I'll be honest with you, just a bit of a...
Paul Markey, let me know if you actually watch, the Argentinian league, because this is apparently a manager that we've been heavily rumored with, as well as Barcelona has been heavily rumored with them.
Yeah, I've news on that. I don't know whether I should say it, but I'm going to take the risk. Spurs actually approached that guy over the summer for the job. And it's true. Spurs approached him over the summer for the job. Romano put it out today, I believe, or somewhere. I'm not sure if he did, but that's what I was told. But I was told before that I just had to keep it quiet, but that we actually approached this guy over the summer for the job. And now he's on his way to Barcelona by the looks of it.
Yeah, but maybe he's on the way to Barcelona, considering maybe the absolutely atrocious performances that Ronald Koeman and his side have put out. But I would just say, I'm not too familiar on Marcelo Gallardo. I really would like to think that, he does produce, attacking football, considering he's coming from the Argentinian league, especially River Plate is a very historic club. Probably have to have attacking football over there. But at the same time, I think that's probably just paper. At the end of the day, we're probably told that he does attacking football, probably told that he has nice football, but I don't think, unless someone proves me wrong, I don't really watch Boca Juniors or River Plate just because I don't have access to it. So, that's it. So I would say, do let me know, Paul Markey, if that's somebody that I know the Harris Army as well as the Flat Cap Army from Flat Cap Eurotalk are fully aware of, many of the leagues outside Europe's top 5 leagues, but I'm not really aware of anything that he's done, let's say in the Argentinian league. So there you go, everybody. Do let me know do let me know. Kane the long shot saying it's a no-win situation. If he doesn't play the second string, the first team have to play when they should be rested. The
Jack,
players should be.
We're missing one or two super chats. So I'm going to see if I can find them.
I don't think we. I look back, Dave. I don't think we were.
No, I think we have left.
Just Shane O'Neill. No, Dave. I said I have cups of tea in my room. I have it on the phone, Dave. So in case we do miss any, because last time it was Shane O'Neill. Before that, and Tottenham Tantrum. No, Dave. I said I have cups of tea in my room.
No, but we will be missing some, is what I'm saying. We will be missing some.
I see. So yeah, I see what you're saying. We will be missing some, but I do have it on my phone, Dave, so I will be able to at least read them aloud from my phone. So I do apologize, everybody, if we've fallen behind, but Dave, I will be able to see them at least. I will be able to read them aloud. Kane the long shot, though, saying if he doesn't play the second string, the first team have to play when they should be rested. The players should be able to beat the Slovenian farmers. It's a condemnation of our bench. Yeah, I mean, well said, Kane the long shot. Really well said. Really well said in that regard. I would just say, it's actually quite painful to see us have to be able to play some of these players and, see the likes of Harry Kane even play against these guys. I don't even think Harry Kane should be allowed to even be played against some of these players, in my opinion. So there you go, Kane the long shot. That's my feelings on the situation. I don't think they should be used at all in situations like this. I don't think they should be used at all in matches like this, as well as Sonny. I mean, the way that Sonny has absolutely outpaced them in every regard, tonight, I think just shows that, that's almost unfair to play some of these players against them. But there you go. I mean, I just feel like it is, it's just painful to see that we're trying to play second string. It's painful to see that we're trying to play maybe, the second string, the third string players, and, they just continue to disappoint us. They continue to hurt us. I mean, there you go. That's what I would say, Kane the long shot, for me personally. But David, I won't miss one. I know we won't be able to put it on the screen, but I won't miss them on my phone. I won't miss them on my phone.
Yeah, no, you were right. Sorry, you were right. We haven't. Kane the long shot. What I will say is yeah, the first team have to play when they should be rested. I agree with you. Look, we were complaining last year about players being overplayed, but there's a reason why Mourinho done it. Is because there's certain players who you can't play in the Tottenham team. I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't. I know some people want to make excuses and give them a chance they're decent at this. You just can't play them. These results happen for a reason. And we now just have to cut the crap. We shouldn't have to be bringing on the big dogs to save their asses. We shouldn't have to do it. In fact, we should have been able to put on some of the youngsters today and give them an appearance. Maybe give one or two a debut from the bench. Like in years gone by, like we used to be able to do. Can't do that anymore because of some of these players. Kane the long shot, it really is a condemnation of it really is it's where we're at.
Just the second string, the third string. It's just never been good enough. It hasn't been good enough. Our squad depth, and we've known that for a long time. It's been horrible. And whoever it was, might have been James Redmond, who said, we have to just practically pull up the whole tree, Dave, just pull out the whole roots of this club, of these players and just rid them out. I think also as well, I think it might have been Paul Markey or someone who just said, it's just to a degree, Dave, they're just 14, 15, it might have been you, David, 14, 15 players that we need to get out of this club. And that just says a lot. It says a lot about the second string. It's just the second string at this club has been absolutely woeful, and they're continuing to prove us wrong. I don't even know why Doherty is also taking the throw in from there. That's almost a violation.
I never thought I'd see this day ever again, but Harry Kane a hat trick in a Tottenham jersey.
I have to see. I need to catch up to you maybe after this goal, but hopefully there it is. Oh, he makes it too easy, Dave. He's not even kissing the thumb in the ring anymore. He's not even doing it. He just has his hat trick that maybe, yeah, you're right, Dave. We have, probably never thought we'd see again, maybe. Thought we'd see again. It's unfortunate that we're doing against a club like this. And even the scoreline, Dave, I would even say scoreline does not even do us very much justice. That's what I would say. But Ribsy, let's go back to Ribsy since we didn't really address it. He says Dele makes football look like a chore. Son gets out there. He doesn't care. He's playing farmers. He wants to play football. This is fun for him. Look, he looked fantastic in the first 12, 15 minutes. Faded out from there. I think that just shows. It really just shows with Dele. He just, I don't even know if he wants, he improved the fitness. Maybe it was for Pep's, daughter. Maybe it was for his girlfriend. I'm not really sure at this rate. I thought he was going to be trying to become the box-to-box midfielder that we all wanted him to be, and he's yet to do it. And I will say, actually, maybe someone that has potentially proved me wrong maybe tonight, Dave, has been Gio. I think he has 3 or 4 assists tonight. And when you actually think about it, he actually has 3 or 4 assists tonight. So I would probably start playing Geo a whole lot more now at this rate, Dave, than Dele. I'd start playing Geo a whole lot more. Geo has definitely proven something, and I would say Dele has proven nothing tonight. Has actually proven nothing tonight. That would be my answer to Ribsy. I think at least Geo is at least proving something.
No, look, Dele's finished. He's damaged goods. It's that simple. He's done. And I agree with you. I could have a perfect way to put it. It's actually a perfect way to put it. Making football look like a chore. Big up, Ribsy. Son gets out there. Kane gets... honestly, this is the golfing quality. Son and Kane go out there. Kane strolls to a hat-trick, and Son is just strolling around the place causing havoc. You know what I mean? And Harry Kane doesn't...
It's too easy for them.
Yeah, and between the two of them, you know, they play well, and Harry Kane strolls to a hat-trick. Absolutely, it just goes to show the quality in the golfing class, really. It really does.
Yep. And Spurs 72, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Big up, Ribsy 85.
Really
Spurs
big up, Ribsy. I really like that comment. Like that comment.
Ribsy 72 says, at Paul Markey, if we ever get Marcelo Gallardo, I would move back to London and go to every single game. Good call, Paul Markey. Spurs 72, maybe you could tell us a little bit about this.
Enlighten us, everybody. Enlighten us, Harris Army, on Marcelo Gallardo, especially, you know, this should be my job. And, you know, I've said this before, you know, the Harris Army, Dave, the Flat Cap Army, their knowledge of, you know, football outside Europe's top 5 leagues, even, you know, within Europe's top 5 leagues as well, is actually quite astounding. Probably better than any other channel, I would say. You know, it's probably the most sophisticated fan base of Spurs fans, you might say, is within the Harris Army, even in this live chat as we speak, Dave. You know, to them to say that they're very, you know, that they approve of Marcelo Gallardo. I mean, there you go. I mean, they know a lot about football, you know, more than we even do in certain cases, Dave. So there you go. I'd be happy to be enlightened. I'd be happy to be enlightened on him. I'm actually quite happy to be hearing that he is someone that, you know, maybe the type of football that he's doing over at River Plate is something that people are satisfied by. But I really am, you know, unaware. I really am unaware and uninformed on what he's maybe been doing over in Argentina. So do let us know, everybody. I'm actually uninformed. And Spurs 72, big yourself up as well. Really do big yourself up. Yeah. I really appreciate all the support that you give our sister channel, our second channel, the flatcapeurotalk as well. Big yourself up.
No, big up Spurs 72. What a legend. Kuva99 says having to bring on Son and Kane didn't paper over the cracks. That's more like wafting some aftershave over a deep chainsaw. What would you say to this, Jack? I just need to go, Jack. Be 1 second.
It's probably, to a degree, actually. It is kind of, you know, maybe trying to just mask, you know, it's you know, it's classic jokes from Kuva99. I think it is kind of, you know, trying to maybe, is it polishing a turd, you know, to a degree? Probably so in this case. We said that, you know, and I would say, and that's much worse of a reference, you know, Kuva99 than maybe what you brought up here. So I do apologize for using a different reference, but that is one maybe that the Harris Army and the Flat Cap Army is quite aware of, is, you know, polishing a turd. And in this case, we thought Nuno would be capable of that, but he's had to rely on maybe world-class players to play against, you know, practically, a Slovenian 5th place team. I mean, and there's no other way of going about it. Like, that's just horrible level that these players continue to maybe unimpress in, and especially the likes of Darty and Winks and whatnot. It really is atrocious to see them, you know, not be able to play and handle a team like this with ease. It really is atrocious. I don't really blame any of the young players, Skippy, Scarlett. I think it was a bit sad to see them come off. I actually thought they played quite well, especially Brian Hill. I thought played quite well. But to have to use the likes of Lucas Moura, Harry Kane, and Sonny, I mean, look at that front three, Kuva99. It absolutely is wafting on some aftershave over a deep chainsaw wound. It really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. And as well, I mean, maybe when you put a bit of aftershave on a chainsaw wound, it probably stings a lot as well. Like kind of this performance probably does sting a lot. So there you go, Kuva99. Really also appreciate you. An absolute comedian of the Harris Army, Paul Markey saying Lo Celso has to play on Sunday and in central mid. Paul Markey, I've been proven wrong, at least from this performance. At least we know that Geo, that he can play well above this level. We know he can play well above this level. Can I say that in the likes of Dele Alli? No, I can't. I actually, and that's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate that that's the case, that I can actually have confidence in Dele Alli to be able to play at this level. It says a lot about other players as well, the likes of Doherty. Again, I'll mention, I probably want Doherty out before even Ben Davies. I'll take my answer back from Kaniki Anthony last night. I would probably say Doherty needs to go even before Ben Davies. But there you go, Paul Markey. I would just say, Lo Celso has actually proven himself, you know, decently this match. I think he has like 3 or 4 assists, probably responsible for at least 3 of the goals tonight. I actually am confident that that's the case. I think he might have a goal and 4 assists. Did he have a goal and 3 assists? Do let me know. Do let me know. Honestly, very impressive performance. He's had some beautiful balls in behind, beautiful link-up play as well. And has also had a fantastic eye for the pass. He's not even wasting time. Does a beautiful first-time pass on the floor, on the carpet, in behind for certain players as well. Geo's actually played quite well, I would say. And he's proven everything that Dele Alli couldn't tonight. That's what I say, Paul Mark. He's proven everything Dele Alli couldn't. And anybody else, the match did just finish up now for us. 5-1 scoreline. Am I satisfied? Yeah, I'm satisfied with the scoreline. I'm glad it was a rout. Am I disappointed that they scored, especially in our own home ground? Absolutely. I think that's just completely embarrassing, especially from another corner as well. I mean, how on earth can we concede another set piece kind of situation? Harry Kane getting the hat trick, though, seems to be absolutely delighted by it. He's even given the goalkeeper, Mura, a pat on the back saying, nice try, lad. But at the end of the day, I would just say, it's the scoreline couldn't even do maybe this horrible performance from certain players justice. But just continues to show, Dave, certain players in this squad are absolutely less than useless, worse than useless. And Nuno has to realize that. And William Kelly brought that up before. Nuno has to be insane to continue to play these players because they continue to have to hurt the squad. They continue to have to make, the big boys, you might say, come into the squad and do their dirty work for them, do their laundry for them, you might say, Dave. And so that's what I would just say. Nuno, this better be the last time that he plays the likes of Doherty and Winksy and whatnot, Dave, because they just continue to absolutely disappoint in every way.
Look, their liabilities.
And Dele. I think Dele was the worst of all, maybe. I actually, and again, he won a penalty, but I couldn't care, Dave. Like, there are moments, especially when he had green grass in front of him and he's waiting for a guy to come who's literally yards behind him, Dave, yards behind him. And he waits for that guy to come onto him and tries to do a mag and loses the ball. That actually, oh my God, Dave, I could actually throw something from that situation because he had so many players in front of him to play the ball to, but he was more concerned with trying to meg a Slovenian defender there. And he just still gets eaten up. But the guy has lost every bit of skill. All he is now is just a walking, I don't know, Dave. He's like a walking supermodel or something at this rate because all he's good for, Dave, is Pep's daughter. That's all he's good for is Pep's daughter.
No, 100%. Look, for me, I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. And I've been saying it since I started the whole YouTube thing. There's certain players in this team you cannot play. The drop-off in quality is substantial and it's costly every single time we play it. Look, we're a club, we're starving out for trophies, we're crying out for trophies. We can't even get through the early rounds because some of these players could not give it to us. They stroll out there, they do their 90 minutes and then they go into hiding again until they're called upon for the next 90 minutes and do the exact same thing. Honestly, I want a manager that's just gonna, hopefully Nuno does it, but just no more. You are no longer in and around the squad. Go and train with the under-23s until you buck up your attitude. Like, the thing is, you're 2-0 up tonight, right? And you're talking about a lot of players out there who should be trying to impress to get into the starting 11 of this team and provide competition for places, which might provide our first 11 to be at a better level, right? And they're strolling around at 2-0 down or 2-0 up. I'm kind of like, Jesus Christ, go and be ruthless. Go and fucking kill the game. Because at halftime, and I said it at halftime,
didn't even create very many chances here, actually, when you think about it in the first half, Dave. Not many very chances when you think about it.
We didn't. Like, even the Celsius wasn't a chance. He created himself. Like, the thing is, like, there's massive problems. It's a massive problem. Any manager that comes in and keeps putting these guys out there is always going to have the pressure on them when these results happened. It's as simple as that. When you see Colchester under Pochettino, when you see Antwerp and Zagreb under Mourinho, when you see Pacos de Ferreira already happen, and then as close as it was tonight up until the big dogs came off the bench, I'm sorry to say, but the drop-off in quality is just, it's costly. It's costly. I'm at the point, like, not only that, Jack, but they're hindering the youth players coming through. Our under-23s is flying with talent at the minute. But if I was one of them players, kind of, what's the point of being here? I know I'm better than this guy. And yet he always gets picked ahead of me in games where I could be getting minutes. And then when I am brought onto the bench and I think I might get minutes, I'm not getting them because these guys can't put them to bed to give me the minutes. For a manager to give me the minutes. It's a piss take. They have so many apologies to be dishing out. I said it last year. They should be apologising to these youths. Winks, Doherty, Davies, and players like that should be made go into the under-23s dressing rooms and apologise to them. And if they don't want to do it, then get the fuck out of our club. Look, there are some positives tonight. Some positives. Harry Kane, hat-trick. First hat-trick in Europa Conference League. And it's good to see him back on the scoreline. I never ever thought I'd see Harry Kane score a hat-trick in a Tottenham jersey again. So I have to say that I'm delighted to see that on a personal note. Look, he strolled to it. He didn't even have to put in much effort. But he looked happy to score, so he definitely doesn't look checked out to me anyway. That's one thing I'll take from that. You look at Brian Gil-Messi, I think, unbelievable today. Unbelievable in the first half. Look, when you're the only one out there trying to make things happen and try and be creative, it's hard. It's hard, because you need other people to help you. But when you can't string two passes together when you give them the ball, it's just, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Look, I hope that he was took off early tonight in view of playing him at the weekend. That's what I hope. Play the Celso instead of Dele Alli. I'm sick of Dele Alli. I can't believe he was standing there pulling faces when his number came up. It's like, get the fuck off the pitch. You're being shit.
It's like, does he even realize what he does wrong? He doesn't even know what he does wrong.
This is a team that are in 5th in a 10-team league in Slovenia, and he can't even perform. We played ourselves into trouble there. No need to give us that scare tonight. None whatsoever. Played ourselves into trouble for no reason at all. They can't do anything the easy way, some of these players. And it's an absolute shame that Harvey White and Amole couldn't come off the bench today. An absolute shame. Who did we have to bring on? Kane, Son, Lucas, Højbjerg. Why? Because, he had to take Skip off because I believe he's going to play at the weekend. Take Gil off early, I believe he's going to play at the weekend. But like the rest, he had to do it to save the game, because if we didn't win that tonight, fans would have been calling for his head. They would have been calling for his head. And, I don't know. It's just there's so much to hate about tonight, but then some positives to take away. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Paul Markey says W4D, Winks, Doherty, Dyer, Davies, and Dele. They all have to go. All have to go. I agree. They're holding us back, Jack. What would you say?
There could even be a few more. There could even be a few more probably thrown into that list as well. But I completely agree. I completely agree. I think that's well said, Paul Markey. If I were to pick an order of that, maybe after this match, I'd probably go Doherty first. I think he's continued to underwhelm. And that's actually even being nice to him to say underwhelm. I actually really question whether he knows how to play football at this rate, because at one point he even threw the ball in, from a position that I actually thought was illegal at one point too. When it just doesn't even know how to do a full back throw in, as well, Dave. He's also at one point, we found him where he had probably maybe 4 or 5 players in the box, continued to, find that one Slovenian player that was, marking all 4, it just, Doherty, I would say first, maybe then, do I say it, Dave? Do I say it? Dele is almost now reaching the stage of Winks and, Davies level. He really is starting to reach that stage. I would probably say Doherty, Winks, Davies, Dele, Dyer. That would be the order that would go for Paul Markey. That would be the order that would go for it. But Dele is really I just don't even, like I said before, Paul Markey, I don't even know what he's good for anymore, apart from being maybe that hot supermodel for Pep's daughter. That's all I can say. That's all he's trying to be. Yeah. He's trying to be the best looking Fortnite player, trying to be the best looking, son-in-law to Pep. That's what he's going for. He's not trying to be a Spurs player. He's just trying to be the best looking son-in-law for Pep. That's all I can say. I don't even know what Dele is anymore. He's not a footballer.
Yeah, I don't know what he is either. But look, guys, it's over 200 in the house. Make sure everyone is smashing that like button, guys. Make sure everyone is smashing that subscribe button if you're new. The big push for 4.3K is on. We were like 4 off it. So if anyone wants to do it. And as well, the chat is absolutely hopping. Why not get in your super chat, guys, and share your thoughts? And it's a great way to support the channel. If not, don't worry. We know not everyone can, so we will be bringing up everyone's comments regardless.
Even Winks, Chris Benoit puts us here. Even Winks did more than Dele in this game. I would actually agree, in that case. There are moments when Winks actually, played nice passes forward, was able to slip it into players at times when I probably wouldn't think that Winks would be able to do that. Again, I'm not going to give him too much pressure or too much credit. I said this in David's pre-match bump up. This is a very low ceiling And only so many players practically broke that ceiling. There are only so many players that, proved themselves to be above this level. The likes of Dele and Doherty certainly still finished below that ceiling. And that is a low ceiling. Very, very low. And that's what I would say. But great comment, Chris Benoit. I actually would say I like to be objective at the end of the day. And I would say Winks did a lot more than Dele this game. Certainly did a lot more. And I think that's very true. So that's why I started to think that maybe I would want to get Dele out even before the likes of Winks at this stage. And I know everybody, especially Chris and David, would probably, say I had to wash out my mouth with soap, by saying that. But Dele really did disappoint in that much of a regard. And like David was saying, I even missed it. But the fact that he was, pretending to be, shocked that he was being taken off the pitch, it just pisses me off even more because he really was absolutely atrocious.
No, he was. But look, let's move on to Gio Lo Celso, Jack. Look, for me,
proved himself to be much better than this level.
Yeah.
Proved himself well. Did everything he could, you might say.
No, look, first half, I thought he put in a couple of nice tackles. He took his goal very well. I thought decent performance first half. Second half, another good performance. Jack, has he done enough to play his way into the team against Aston Villa?
If Dele Alli starts above him, I would be questioning that. I certainly be questioning that. I just thought Gio did everything he could. I really thought Gio did everything he could to get back into the starting lineup. I don't even know if Tanguy could have put as good a performance as that when you think about it. Like, again, Dave, like, what did he have again? Like 3 assists and a goal? Yeah. Like, practically contributed to almost all 5 goals when you think about it. And more, even when Sonny squared it to Kane, it still was Gio that passed to the assist when you think about it as well. It still was Gio slipping in, slipping in them and behind. So when you think about it, Dave, I think Gio absolutely needs to start against Aston Villa. You can't. Is it weird to say that he should be rewarded for this kind of performance? It probably is kind of weird to put it that way, Dave. But then again, the bar is so low. The ceiling is so low at this rate that I would say he probably should be rewarded for it. I think he should. So I would like to see him at least above Dele Alli. If we're going to play Skippy and Højbjerg in the next match, that third central midfielder needs to be Gio. But then again, we might put ourselves in a hole again, though, if we play Højbjerg, Tanguy, and Gio. So I don't know. Yeah. It's a conundrum, Dave. It's a conundrum. But I think Gio did everything he could. He did everything he could. He had the best performance you might say anybody could have had in that game.
Do you know what, though, Jack? I just don't think Nuno's in a position not to be able to reward players for putting in a performance, to be honest with you.
You're right.
I just don't think he's in that position. For me, I think you have to play him. I think you have to play him at the weekend. And I think you have to get Gill in there too. I'm sorry. I do think so. I'd probably drop Lucas Moura out, if I'm honest. Put Sonny out on the right, put Gill out on the left if that's where he prefers to play. Put Kane up top, and hopefully you might see a bit more creation in there. Get Lo Celso to be your midfielder going forward. The only thing is if he's going to ask Reguilon to bomb forward, he needs to have Højbjerg and Skip sitting there to be able to cover him going forward. So that's another thing he needs to sort out. But I would be playing. I would be rewarding Lo Celso and starting him 100%. Kev Williams says, "Big up, David and Jack. Got myself a flat cap today. Big up, my man. Honestly, I'd say when you put it on, the confidence was absolutely oozing and flowing through you. The flat caps are the way to go, my man. I'm telling you. Honestly, you want to bring some bird spray with you, my man, because they're going to be all over you once you leave that house with the flat cap. Honestly." So big yourself up, Kev Williams.
Solves a bad hair day, Kev Williams. Also, let us know about the pattern. Is it a solid pattern, maybe like this? Let us know the color as well, Kev Williams. We want to see how you look with it. Even as well, maybe even DM us. Maybe how you're going to be dressing up with it as well. Big yourself up, Kev Williams. Big up, Kev Williams. Kuva99, become a YouTube member. Big up, Kuva, my man. Really come on, Kuva. We'd love to see you this coming Monday, Kuva. Come on Monday, Kuva. Especially legend of both of the channels. Really big yourself up, Kuva. Also, Kuva is one of the ones that I feel like might know a thing or two about Marcelo Gallardo as well. So, Kuva, come on the show and maybe inform us maybe on that manager that supposedly Barcelona and Spurs are rumored with. So there you go. Kuva. Really big yourself up, though. Love to see you Monday. No, big up Kuva, my man. I'd love to see him Monday. As well as seeing someone Monday. Tets, new channel member. Big yourself up, man. Hope to see you Monday. Fan shows every single Monday, guys. So I do hope to see you there. Might do 1 or 2, depending on what news happens over the international break. But don't worry, we'll have content out over the international break. Lightwork says, who's going to buy the done out here players? Yeah, no, look, being honest, I'm at the point no one wants to buy them. Terminate the contract. Set a standard here and say you're not going to come to Tottenham Hotspur and perform the way you do and think you're still going to get paid
and go on the way you do every week. You don't meet certain levels. Okay, Grant, I'm going to terminate your contract. You know, and then put them in the wilderness and tell them to go and find a club. I guarantee you they won't be long about performing then. You know what I mean? When their fucking nuts are dragging along the tarmac, you know, and they don't know where the next paycheck is going to come. You know, I guarantee you. Look, it's got to that point. It's got to that point. Just terminate some of their contracts if that's the case. Just terminate them. That's what I'd be doing. But big up light work. I really appreciate the support.
Big yourself up, light work. Yeah. Hopefully they're just maybe a few, maybe people with too much money to spend, and they might take a risk on some of these players. That's all. That's the only solace I can add. Tells here though. Welcome to the Harris Army, Tells. Really, welcome to the Harris Army. Thank you for joining us. Probably have already subscribed as well. So big yourself up, Tells. Really, welcome to the Harris Army. Welcome to the fastest growing army there is in the Spurs family. And he says, happy with the score, but still concerning that we can't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to touch on. Is if it was 5-0, it's just the moment we conceded, Dave, it just all went crumbling down for us. And it tells that's what it went crumbling down for me, is that no matter the scoreline, the fact that we did concede again from another set piece, again from another corner, just question marks arise, Tells. Really, question marks arise. But I am very happy to see that our front three, the likes of Lucas, Sonny, and Kane, it's nice to see that they can absolutely slaughter teams like this. It is actually quite nice to see. Gives me a bit of confidence maybe for this tournament. Who knows? Maybe this might be the Conference of Champions, as I like to say. But we certainly have not been playing like that. And it's actually quite sad that we have to rely on those players, to bring us to such a scoreline. That's what I would say, Tells. But also really want to see you Monday as well, Tells. Really welcome to the Harris Army.
Big up, Tells. Just before I answer, Tells, guys, we're one subscriber off reaching 4.3K. If there's one out there that hasn't subscribed, make the day and smash that subscribe button, guys. Make sure you're smashing a like on the stream. Look, Tells, set pieces is becoming a problem. It is becoming a problem, my man. And look, Ndombele couldn't get off the ground for one against Wolves. Dele Alli cost us one of the games. The game against Chelsea, I'm going to say. I think it was the game against Chelsea. Couldn't compete with Thiago Silva. Today, stood there looking at your man having a shot rather than running out and closing them down. I'm fed up with it. When are we going to learn lessons? Last year, free kicks and set pieces were a big problem for us to defend. When are we going to learn the problems? When are we going to learn it? We've had all summer long, preseason, any of them going to wake up anytime soon, honestly. I just don't know how long things have
to hibernation, Dave.
Right, yeah, I just don't know how these problems can keep building up without putting it right, to be honest with you. It's just like, when are you going to learn these lessons? Look, I know some people might say, lad, we won 5-1, why are you giving out? It's like, when we only 5-1 because we had to bring off our first team, which we should never have to have done.
And Harry Kane as well, Dave. You had to bring on Harry Kane, the Harry Kane, in order to do it. I mean, that's just, as well as Sonny. I mean, the way Sonny was tearing them apart, it's just, there's only one player in the whole squad that could have done what he done, and that's where we did not need Sonny to do this.
No, but this is the thing. If so many people are saying he doesn't want to be here. If you're relying on a guy that doesn't want to be here, you're not exactly in a great place, are you? But big up, Tells. I really appreciate the support, my man. Josh RG, the man that came on the pre-match pump-up, legend, my man. Look, big man, I hope to see you every Monday on the fan shows on this channel. I want to see you on all the pre-match pump-ups. Big yourself up. Came on with great energy, I have to say. I really enjoyed it. And big yourself up, Josh. Paul Markey with the super chat, Jack, says Geo instead of Ndombele. Told you he's a number 6.
There you go, Paul Markey. I mean, I've seen a lot of contradicting reports in that case. Some have said, he played off the striker at Real Betis. Some have said he played number 10. But now when I'm seeing the way that he played those dimes today, Paul Markey, there's no better person I trust than you, Paul. Now that I'm starting to be enlightened by maybe that case, I would just say just being very enlightened in the case of Geo. And Paul, let me know, would you start him Sunday? I think I was convinced by, Geo today, very much convinced. Like I said before, Paul, I don't know if he could have had a better game. I don't think he could have had a better game. I think would I say against a team like that, would I give him a 10? Probably not. But Dave, I think well above a 9. And in fact, probably the best player on the pitch, considering that he did play, the entire 90 minutes. And so I would actually give Gio Lo Celso the man of the match. I think he can practice if that's his position, the number 6, and if he continues to play in that such a way, and I would probably play him instead of Tanguy, because would Tanguy have even produced such a good performance? Like I said before, Paul, not so sure. So there you go, Paul. I definitely would play him ahead of him. There you go.
Look, I definitely would 100%. I couldn't agree more with you, Paul Markey. Look, he's more energy, he's more fit than Ronald McDonald as well. Yeah, and look, like I said, Nuno's not in a position not to be able to reward players for a good performance. So for me, I think he has to play. It's a no-brainer. You put him into the team, and look, hopefully he takes that opportunity as well, because he hasn't over the last while. So hopefully when he's given the opportunity, he takes it. But Paul Markey, you did say it, my man. You're the Lo Celso whisperer. Big yourself up. Kev Williams with the super chat says, Dele pissed me off, lads. It's like he doesn't care. Kev, he couldn't give one flying cahoots about us.
Just
or
making my
about this
blood
club.
boil right now.
As
Just
long as
reading
he
it that
makes
way.
his paycheck, you know, he can still do his trips to Dubai in the summer and pose, and he has enough money to get the baby oil to rub himself up for the picture. You know, look, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with the kid. I just do not know what is wrong with the kid. He needs to be fucking shaken up. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to put this out there. Some people may say it's harsh or it's too early. I actually think he's just damaged goods. I don't think he'll ever reach the same heights he did. I don't think he'll ever be the same player again, even if he leaves Tottenham and goes to a different club. I just don't see it. I think he's just lost his way completely. I really do believe that. I really, really do believe it. Look, I went against everything I was saying, or not everything I was saying, but everything I believe in. You know, last season I said if he didn't perform, want him gone this summer. People were persuading me to give him to January. But I'm sorry, I don't want him here anymore. He's lazy. He's lazy. He's no good. He doesn't want to do he doesn't want to sacrifice anything. He just wants to get through the games and then go home and play a Fortnite and be on TikTok and Instagram and everything else. I've had enough of him. I really have, Kev. But big yourself up, Kev Williams. Really appreciate the support.
Well said.
Jack, Jamie Allen, big up Jamie, my man. I hope things are well. Says Romero needs to be starting in EPL games, save the Conference League games for Dyer or Sanchez. I couldn't agree more with this, but Jack, you take this one.
Yeah, I think Christian Romero absolutely needs to be starting in, every Premier League match from now on. I even spoke to, my idol the other night, and, Statman Dave, and he told me, why is Christian Romero not playing? I said, I don't know, Dave, another member of the Dave Army, and he says, I don't know. He also said, Jamie Allen, he said, it's imperative that we move to a back three, back five in the EPL games. He was saying that's what we should be doing in our Premier League matches from here on out. We should be doing a back five, and that would absolutely suit Romero. I mean, he was the best defender in Serie A. He was the defender of the year in Serie A by playing in that back three and the Atalanta under the Gasperini system. He played actually in the middle of that back three as kind of a bit, I believe it's a libero kind of role, if I'm not mistaken, Jamie Allen. I think he absolutely needs to be saved only for the Premier League matches from now on. And yeah, I'd probably say Dyer probably should be playing in these, maybe alongside someone like Rodon as well, and maybe it should be like Dyer and Rodon, or maybe the two that you probably say for these Europa Conference League matches. And maybe you go for Sanchez, and because I think Sanchez had a better game than Dyer. I think he did. I think he had, I don't think anybody had a good game on Sunday, but I would say that I would still probably give, it probably goes Romero, Sanchez, Tanganga as my back three. So I would just say that's for me, Jamie Allen. But I don't know about you. Do let me know, maybe Jamie Allen, what you think maybe the formation should be, or what your center backs would be for sure.
Yeah, look, Jamie, do let me know. Look, for me, Romero Rodon have to be our partnership going forward, and use Dyer and Sanchez for the cup games. I couldn't agree more with you. I'm absolutely delighted you said that, my man. But Romero has to be in that team. But that's the team. We bought him for 55 million to improve the team, not to be sitting on the bench and watching it from the sidelines, not to be back up to a Dyer and Sanchez. We brought him to come in and be the staple of that team and build that defense around for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So you've got to get him in there, Jamie. I couldn't agree more. I absolutely love him. I think he's a beast. I have to say, I'm absolutely delighted to see Dark Sun G back. He is back in the comments.
Oh, Dark Sun G!
I just want to answer this question here. Mildly mediocre says, hi guys, what happened to Marcelo? No, look, honestly,
we want Marcelo back.
Marcelo's just working. Look, Tottenham have broken him. He's working. He's flat out in the gym and everything else at the moment. That's all it is. Tottenham have broken him. That's all it is. He just can't put up with the crap anymore.
Yeah, it's just, Spurs have broken him. Believe me, I want Marcelo back. He's absolutely, he's been my idol. Believe me, he's been my idol. So I want him back. Believe me, I want him back. He's got priorities. It's all about making the paper, which is, I think, very good priorities as well. He wants to make good money. He wants to be able to, I think sustain himself as well. At the end of the day, you have to respect a guy who wants to work hard and, make a living for himself. So I think that's all it is at the end of the day for Marcelo. But believe me, I want him back as well. He's my idol.
Guys, who wants to be the 4,300 subscriber?
Come on.
We're on 4,299. Who wants to be? I know there's one out there that's not subscribed. But look, Nigel Gates, my man, good to see you back too, brother. Good to see you back, my man. Jack, he says, when you make Dele captain and you still got that crap, it's time for him to go. Geo did well, but how many will him and Romero miss out for next break? Yeah, look, I don't even know what's going on with it. There should be something to put in place. I know the British government and the other government, the Argentinian government, were trying to talk and trying to sort something out. But yeah, I agree. First part of the statement, Dele is captain. Look, I'll be honest. I think Nuno done it as a gesture because it was his 50th appearance in Europe in the Tottenham jersey. I think he's the 8th player to do so. Or was it the 8th player out of the current crop that we've had? I don't know, something like that. But look, I think it was done as a gesture. He got his penalty, but after that, done absolutely nothing. Lazy man. Honestly, I do give out to him a bit for the goal because he stood there. He could have ran and closed it down. He didn't. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this guy anymore. I really don't. And it's definitely time for him to go. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. But look, Nigel, hopefully something is put in place that Romero doesn't miss any games because we need him badly.
There you go, Nigel Gates. I couldn't say it better myself. And hopefully maybe it's not a Brazil situation where they're being arrested for it. Maybe it could just be a bit smoother next time. Maybe it could just be a bit smoother. But big yourself up, Nigel Gates. Come on.
No, it is. It's good to see him back. Big up, Nigel. Dtrex Kane says Roden and Romero should be the centre-back partnership. I couldn't agree more. Jack, what would you say to Dtrex there?
I would probably say in the case of Romero, like I explained before, I think he'd be fantastic in a back 5, back 3. I think he'd be our best defender. In a back 4, I think he's proven himself quite well. You know, I would maybe argue that in the case of Rodon, Dave, he's definitely proven himself when the shit has hit the fan, as maybe we say over here. You know, like especially the Crystal Palace match, he actually did quite decently. You know, especially playing along Ben Davies is not easy, Dave. Certainly not easy. You know, and so I think he handled himself quite well in that regard. Also, what I like about Rodon Dave is he does actually wear his heart on his sleeve. You know, he likes to yell at players. He likes to tell them they need to be playing better. He likes to tell them, you have to help me. He has to tell them, like, look, guys, you know, this is not acceptable. So I would say he has the right attitude at the end of the day, Joe. So I would probably say that's not a bad center back partnership. But if I were to pick one, I might give Sanchez another chance, and people probably should slate me for that. I think they should rip into me for that, but I might give Sanchez just one more chance and maybe play Rodon and Sanchez, or sorry, Romero and Sanchez, excuse me.
There's your excuse to rip into Jack, guys, so rip into him. But look, Jack, I'll let you take this. Look, I know we're both big fans, but
Dark Sun G, there it is.
Honestly, the way you've been going on about in the last few days, it's like you've been a morning, Jack. So we'll have to let you take this one. Big up,
Dark Sun G. Dark Sun G, I know you've been in so much pain this whole week, and I just want to say I've really, really missed you because there have been so many super chats that have come in, so many comments that have come in, Dark Sun G, that have just been word for word, Dark Sun G, what you've been saying for weeks to me. Weeks that you've been saying to me, like, can't play this player, you can't play this player, you can't play this player because they will betray you. Like, and Dark Sun G, what people have been saying this week alone is what you were saying months ago. And so, Dark Sun G, I just would say I've just really missed you, brother, because everything that you've said has been exactly what people have been thinking this week. It's like, I know Dark Sun G has said this as well about you. You're not really someone to say, you know, I told you so, you know, but you're welcome to it, Dark Sun G. You really are welcome to it. You're really welcome to say it because you told us when it comes to a lot of these players, you really did tell us that they would betray us in this way. We saw it on Sunday, Dark Sun G. You probably just had to take a bit of a, you know, maybe a mental vacation from this club, maybe even just from the streams as well. But Dark Sun G, there's no more wiser face that I'm happy to see back to, honestly. It's just the wisest face, you know, the wisest head, you know, in the building sometimes, Dark Sun G, you know, the one that I would say I would hire in an instant as someone in the dugout. So Dark Sun G, it's good to have you back. And now I'm actually going to read what he said. I tried not watching the match and we won. Am I cursed, or will I see a similar score for Villa on Sunday? I hope Rodon did well today. He did do well today, Dark Sun G. Don't you worry. And all I can say is everybody, again, I'll stress it again, Dark Sun G, has been saying exactly what you've been saying for weeks. That's all you need to know, Dark Sun G.
I apologize.
You're the Messiah.
I apologize, Dark Sun G. You're right all along about bringing in the youth. Look, there's certain games where I was thinking, look, you can't really do it. But look, I apologize, man. You're the GOAT. You've been saying it all along. You've been saying it for months. Dark Song J, I have to say, it's good to have you back. Let me know where you've been at, though, my man. Let me know where you've been at. Have you just been so gutted and disappointed? I don't blame you, but it's good to see you, my man. Hope things are well. And yeah, look, I agree, my man. I agree with what you were saying there. Jerome says fame got too much to Dele at such a young age. His love of football is gone, unfortunately. We need to move on from him. Perfect comment. I couldn't agree any more with that. Look, he got too much too young. No incentive to go out there and be any better. He's already set for life after football, and now he's gone into buying. I think he's a big watch lover and buying watches and everything else. So football, I agree with you. I think he's lost the love from the game. I really do agree with you there, Jerome. Jack, what would you say to Jerome?
Jerome, hopefully maybe you heard me for one of those comments. I feel like Dele at this rate, I'm starting to even question him as a footballer. It seems like this wasn't even, the ceiling for him. It seems like he's almost beneath, the Slovenian, Priva Liga or the Slovenian Super League. And he's honestly the best player in the world, maybe for Pep's daughter. And the fact that he's not a footballer, and that's what I mean by that. He seems to be the supermodel that, Pep has been looking for his daughter. I think he should just start focusing on Fortnite and maybe just wowing, Pep's daughter at this rate. That's all I can say about him, Jerome. I really do question him at every rate as a footballer, because I would put Geo, Tanguy, and Brian Hill, maybe even Lucas ahead of him at the number 10 position. Yeah. I know they're Dele fanboys that want to say that, look, we're not playing him in his right position. I thought today was a pretty good example of maybe, him trying to play in his right position, playing him in the position that he wants to play, and he considerably was unremarkable. So there you go, Jerome. That's my thoughts on the guy. I just think he's just unremarkable in every way, really. Dele Alli, there have been times when I wanted to throw something across the fucking house, across the apartment at times, especially that moment when he tried to mega guy, when he had 4 open passes in front of him. It just is despicable. Really is despicable with Dele. So, Jerome, maybe I'm being really harsh, but really, I mean, that guy just, honestly, he's the most dispossessed player in our entire squad for a reason. For a reason, Jerome. He's the most dispossessed player in our entire squad. He loses the ball more than any other player. He actually has a talent at losing the ball. That's what I would say, Jerome.
Yeah, no, big up, Jerome. Really appreciate the support, brother. Really appreciate the support, and good to see you. And again, you were here last night as well, my man. Appreciate it. Guys, we do have a second channel. Just before I get to Josh's super chat, the link is in the description here, guys. If everybody could click on that link, get over to flatcapeurotalk and smash that subscribe button. That would be absolutely awesome, guys. We are on the big push for 400 subs over there. It'd be nice to make a solid dent into it, guys. So if there is anybody there that wants to talk about European football or any of the football across the top 5 leagues, we'll be doing scout reports on Pape Matsar. That'll be due out tomorrow. And we've done them on some of the Korean players and stuff like that as well. So do get over to Flat Cap Your Talk.
Especially if you want to see certain players that maybe we've missed out on in the transfer window. Especially, I would say, certain Korean players that I thought we should have gone for, like Lee Kong-in, Kim Min-jae are the 2 ones that I've released as well. And they're going to be highlight reactions for some of these players too. From David and I, really would check out that channel if you want to see certain players that we probably should have gone for this transfer market. So really would like to check. I think it's just imperative you check it out, especially if you like highlight reactions, especially if you want to see certain players that, we're rumored with. Even Pape Matsar is the new one that we're doing for a highlight reaction. Jave and I will just be diving into how that guy plays. We've already done an expose on the guy for, how good he is, in Liga, but we're actually going to be giving you some highlights and a bit of background on the player as well. So there you go, everybody. Please.
What I will say, guys, is we are up to 334 subscribers on the channel. If we could get it up to 350, that would be absolutely awesome, guys. That would be insane. That would be incredible. So if there's anyone out there that wants to just add to our night or my night of Harry Kane scoring a hat-trick and then, 4.3K on the channel, and then helping Jack get to 350 on that channel over there. And then, look, there's other things coming as well, guys. So your support is incredible. But I'll be speaking to you about all that shortly, guys. But Josh, brilliant Josh, he says, I agree. Despite what I said about him earlier, Dele needs to go. He couldn't give a rat's arse. Off to Hull City with you. Jack, again, look, what would you say to Josh?
Josh, I saw your comment for the pre-match pump up, David. You were brilliant, Josh. You were absolutely brilliant. I really want to see you Monday and speak with you. I don't know how to say this better myself, Josh. This is what I was noticing. A lot of things he said, I wouldn't be able to say better myself. He needs to go. And Josh, I mean, let me know. Like we originally kind of do the list, as I think it's Before it's been Winks, Davies, Doherty. I think after tonight, Josh, it's probably for me, Doherty, Davies, Winks, Dele, but now I think Dele is just pushing further and further and further up that list of players that I think just need to be out ASAP, really. And I really do think that I don't even know what he cares about football. It just seems to care about his looks. Just seems to get, like I said, I'll stress again, just seems to care about what he maybe looks like on screen. Because even when he said, who, me? Like maybe David was saying, I didn't even catch it, but that actually, that gets me raging. That just gets me raging because
Yeah.
David, even us as players, we were taught in whatever sport it may have been, it doesn't matter. Like it could be cricket, Dave. You would know that you're not supposed to give that sort of reaction. That's never the reaction that you give,
Yeah.
especially no matter how well you've been playing. It's never the reaction you give. There's a reason why you're being taken off. There's always a reason why you're being taken off. And if he's going to pretend like he knows better than Nuno after giving the ball as many times as he did, after being as shit as he was on the pitch as well, I would just say it actually just gets me even more enraged. It really gets me even more enraged, Dave.
No, it does. But big up, Josh, my man. Really appreciate the support. What a man. What a man.
Might be Dark Sun G next with this one.
Yeah,
but Josh, really pick yourself up, Josh. I want to see you Monday, Josh. I want to see you Monday. You're an absolute legend on the pre-match pump up. Absolute legend.
That's if his missus hasn't punished him for waking up the child. Jack, he went all out for it. He went louder than you with the come on.
I heard it.
He went nuts.
Talk about the decibels.
I was expecting to see a pillow come across the screen, hitting him, telling him to be quiet. Big up, Joshy boy, my man, legend. We know who wears the trousers in that household anyway. What a guy. And Dark Sun G says, I was getting some long sleep. The Gooners result totally drained me. My energy that drained the energy that I was charging up. I'm all charged up. Sun going to Iran rages me a lot. No, look, Dark Sun G, it's good to see you have the energy back. It's good to see you all charged up, my man. We missed you. Jack, honestly, was calling out for you every day. Where's Dark Sun G? Miss Dark Sun, my man. Dark Sun G was right. Honestly, it's so good to have you back just to cheer Jack up as well. It's brilliant. And big up Dark Sun G. Good to see you fully charged up. Son going to Iran. I remember you saying you didn't want him to go. You wanted him to stay at Tottenham. So I love the sacrifice, my man. And I definitely say it rages you. But I think you need him. You want to qualify for the World Cup. You're not happy with what's going on at the minute. So look, hopefully you can get a couple of goals and come back injury-free, my man.
Let me know. And also, Dark Sun G, especially in the case of Iran, I know COVID is not too great over there. Might be a bit similar to the Argentinian situation. Might be, a case where you probably have to be very considerate, it might be a red zone, for a lot of countries too. So I'm a bit worried if that's the case. With Sonny, but let me know. There are also some decent Iranian players as well. So it's actually let me know, Dark Sun G. I would say, I think his name is Tebmedi from Porto, as well as Sardar Azmoun from Zenit, are two players that actually do quite rate pretty highly. So I would say it's actually more of a tough game than maybe most might expect. So do let me know, Dark Sun G. Do let me know. But it's really good to have you back. Believe me, it's really good to have you back. And I understand just recharging the batteries, just kind of psyching yourself back into believing in the delusion that sometimes can be being a Spurs fan. So totally understand, Dark Sun G. I think it was much needed. Just a little small hibernation, really gets you, Dark Sun G, especially the hours you have to wake up for just to be disappointed by, this squad as well. You think you needed it, Dark Sun G. I totally see where you're coming from, but we did miss you. Believe me, especially it's like I said, Dave, it's somebody who I'd hire instantly to sit next to Nuno, any manager. So Dark Sun G, it's good to have you back. Believe that.
No, it is. Aggie Music says, you guys are harsh. Dele was scary to defenders just moments ago. Now he can't play football. Look, I don't know if moments ago to you was 2.5 years ago, but, honestly, I'm not being funny, but what he's produced over the last 2.5, 3 years, how can anyone defend him? I just don't get it. Look, I agree with you. Maybe we are being harsh. Maybe we are. Who knows? Look, it's at the end of the day, it just comes down to how you see a player. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to, my man.
I see him as a very good looking player. At the end of the day, he's very good looking. It's just, it's the football that's been disappointing. Also, as well, maybe just look at how much he gets dispossessed. That's all you have to look at. I mean, if you say number 10 is allowed to get dispossessed that much and get away with it, I would say different. That's what I would say. You're not allowed to get dispossessed as much as Dele does. He's the most dispossessed player in our squad, even last season, and he barely played over like 1,300 minutes, and he's the most dispossessed player in our squad. There you go. Brian C says, lads, I'm only just recovering from last weekend. been watching your streams back. Surely Nuno can now see what we see. Massive game versus Villa. That will be the day of reckoning.
Day of
The
reckoning. That's what I'm
reactioning will
calling that
tell
video.
all.
That's what I'm calling that video. That game, the day of reckoning. Big up, Brian C. Honestly, this guy just gives games. Yeah, philosopher. He gives us ideas. Honestly, absolutely brilliant. And he also supports the channel as well. A big backer of the channel. Brian C. Look, it was draining. I don't blame you for just recovering, my man. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm only smiling today because fucking Tottenham Hotspur won, baby. That's why I'm smiling today. But look, I did say on the pre-match pump-up, we have to put the Arsenal defeat behind us at some stage. No better chance than to do it today and get back on the road to fucking Tirana all the way to the Europa Conference League final. That's what I say.
The Harris Army plane.
It's good to see you back. And thank you for watching back the streams. I really appreciate it, my man. Look, that doesn't go unnoticed. There is quite a few people that watch them back, which is insane. So big up, Brian C, my man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, definitely, it's the day of reckoning. And of course, come on, you Spurs, and come on, you Harris Army. Big up, Brian C. What a guy.
And Brian C, just let me know, would you like to just be, I think you're a philosopher in your own right, but if there's a certain philosopher that maybe you just want to be called, we call you the Socrates of the Harris Army, maybe, the Jean-Paul Sartre of the Harris Army, maybe the Thersimachus of the, Harris Army, maybe even, the Plato of the Harris Army as well, maybe the disciple of Socrates. So there you go, Brian C. Do let me know if there's a certain philosopher, we would like you to call you by, or just call you the Brian, maybe the Brian. The one and only Brian. So there you go, Brian C. We could call you that, but absolutely, maybe just need to call you by a certain philosopher name. Maybe just add a bit of a Greek name to it or something like that. So there you go. But big yourself up, Brian C. Again, the day of reckoning. Such a way
what
words.
An absolute legend. What an absolute legend, Brian C. What a man. Yeah, and then this one, and then I do want to just let's say a little something to the Harris Army. But Jack, as well, could you drop the link for the flatcapeurotalk in there again?
Absolutely,
We're one off 340. So if there's 11 people out there that can hit the subscriber, even if there's one, it'd be greatly appreciated. Light Work says Dele should go on loan for 1 year to improve. I'll be honest with you, I don't even think send him out on loan. Look, I could be wrong. Just my opinion is I think he's washed up now, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. I do think he's finished. I think he's washed up. I can't see him getting back to the heights. Look, there's players that weren't even playing in the Premier League when Dele Alli was playing for England. Now they're in the England squad. Where's Dele Alli? It's just a dramatic decline. And for me, I can't see him getting himself out of it, Light Work. Look, I hope he does. Don't get me wrong. I don't want any player to fail at Tottenham Hotspur. I really don't. But I just don't see him getting himself out of that slump, my man. I really do not. Guys, our second channel, the link is here. It's for the Flat Cap Euro Talk. We are one subscriber off 340. But if there's 10 extra generous out there, we'd get us to 350. That'd be absolutely unbelievable support, guys. It really would be mesmerizing, and it'd be quality.
Also, as well, the Lee Kong In Scout report just broke 1,000 views as well for me, which is, wow. I will just say, like, I'm having a moment over it. It broke 1,000 views, everybody, which is the first time I've broken 1,000 on any video at all. Especially only being a channel of 339 subscribers at the moment as well. It really is insane. I really appreciate all the support that people have given me so far. Everybody that has shown the support to our second channel, as well as also this channel. It really is. You guys are absolute legends and are absolute saints. But I just want to say, really do appreciate it, because it's amazing to see the support that we've received, Dave. Also, it's also wonderful to see that they really enjoy videos like that. It's really nice to see that they enjoy videos like that, because I want to still provide, videos that people really want to watch, people that, can find something that, just something that they can find, that's a bit of solace, a bit of therapy, and hopefully they can find that in Flat Cap Euro Talk. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be therapy for you Spurs fans, for me as well. Believe that. It's therapy for David and I to do that type of content. But I just want to say, really appreciate all the support. We just broke 1,000 views on that, and I'm only a channel of, I think now maybe a bit over 340. But yeah, 341. Really appreciate everybody that has subscribed. So 341 subscribers, and we broke 1,000 views. It's insane. And really, I don't have words for it.
It just keeps adding to the records. It just keeps adding to the records today. Look, we've reached 4.3K on this channel, which is absolutely insane. When I started off on my phone, I never thought I'd even get to 100.
Haven't even reached the year birthday yet, Dave. We haven't even reached a year old.
It's insane. I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support. But guys, because of your support, because of how loyal you guys are, we've actually been offered a sponsorship for a month. But in terms of looking at it long term, we will be getting a code, and hopefully that some of you guys maybe out there can use it and help us make it beneficial and help us achieve the long term goal, which is the long term sponsorship. But honestly, guys, all of this is only coming our way because of you guys out there.
Exactly.
Everything you guys do, smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button, it's absolutely insane. I could only dream of stuff like this happening, and it's honestly it's crazy, and I'm so grateful waking up every day getting to do the job I do. But honestly, you have no idea how indebted I am to you guys out there.
Exactly.
Every single one of you is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. But look, we're going to take these two super chats, guys, and then we will end it off there and then let everyone go over to We Are Tottenham TV for the fan show. I know that's where all you guys want to be right now. Tottenham Tantrum says, is the protest still on for Sunday? He is a one-off, our own Harry Kane. One of our own, brilliant, as always, you're both legends. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not in the know about it, Dermot.
I can answer the first part. First part. You take on the second part, Dave. Okay. To Dermot, I'm pretty sure there's some form of a protest. So the rumors I've been, not allowed to see, but, so the rumors that I've heard, in the case that, there might be a protest for the Villa game, but I know there's a protest for the upcoming NFL game on October 10th, I believe it is, October 10th. And then October 17th, I believe, is the following NFL game. So there you go, Dermot. I know there's a big protest plan for October 10th, and then there's actually potentially a protest, for the Villa game. I'm not so sure of that. I wish I did, but I'm just not aware. I've tried to know, but, haven't been allowed to. So there you go. But in the case of, I think David can handle the Harry Kane part.
Yeah. Look, for the Harry Kane part. Look, Dark Sun G, I'm not going to lie, or Dermot, I'm not going to lie. I never thought I'd see Harry Kane get a hat-trick in a Tottenham jersey again. Look, I know it's against Slovenians and everything else. It's just to see them things one last time. That's all it is. And I'm absolutely delighted. Look, he strolled to it as well. He didn't even have to put in any effort. Does it show that he's committed? I don't think it answers all the questions. I think a good performance maybe Sunday would. But look, it certainly shows that he's not as tuned out as many people think he is, in my opinion. And that's only my opinion. But big up, Dermot. And look, you're a legend, Dermot. So big yourself up and go and enjoy FIFA soon, my man. Look, it's 10:30, 20-12. Maybe go and get yourself a sneaky Chinese and download FIFA at midnight. Big
also,
up,
Dermot, man. David needs a new opponent because he's been smacking me. And I've been avoiding him as well for it as well. So Dermot, he needs a new opponent. He needs someone else to maybe Dermot, you can bully him. Maybe give him a lesson for me, Dermot. So there you go. But really do big yourself up. Legend as well.
What a legend. Dark Song G says we need a good transfer window in the winter period. Ship out Dele, easy pass into Catastrophe and Oscar, and bring in 2 or 3 players. I hope Romero and Son are ready for United in 3 weeks. No injuries this time, please.
Missed the nicknames as well.
Yeah, first part, look, I agree. Dele, easy pass, Catastrophe, and Mr. Hollywood, a.k.a. the Oscar Doherty. Look, for me, get them gone. Cash in. I don't care. Take anything. If not, cancel their contracts. And then I agree. Look, get in another couple of players. And I think Son and Romero are very important for the United game. Dark Sun, and definitely, hopefully, no injuries. I couldn't agree more, my man.
We do need a good transfer window this January transfer window. I've said that before, Dark Sun G, this stream. I'm really optimistic that maybe we can have a bit of money saved up. I really don't want to get my hopes up knowing Daniel Levy, the devil himself, but that's all I can say is hopefully he has a bit of money saved up, for Paratici to play with. I do think Paratici can find the right signings with, the money that he's given. I think he's done decently with the money that he's been given. But at the same time, he certainly could do with a lot more money to spend. He certainly could do with a lot more money to spend. So that's what I would say, Dark Sun G. And as well, maybe hopefully the termination of certain contracts might free up a bit of wages as well. Dark Sun G might free up a bit of wages in the case of Dele, especially. I know Easy Pass is on a lot of money, actually. When you think about it, he's actually on a lot more money than people even realize. Yeah, and so as well in the case of Catastrophe, his is actually quite shocking as well. I think he was on like 90K a week or something like that. Catastrophe. It's really shocking. And then Oscar, I don't even want to know what that guy's paid because we know he's not a footballer. So there you go. And there, I want to see Romero as well. Really want to see Romero because I think he's starting to come into his own. Really starting to come to his own. And please pray for a good international break. I totally agree, Dark Sun G. Really pray for one. Also, good luck against Iran because Iran's a good team, I would say, Dark Sun G.
100%. Jesus Christ, Jack. I just looked at my TV and frightened the shite out of me. Someone just popped up on right in front of the camera drawing on it. I'm kind of like, who's sitting over there? There's no one else in the apartment frightening the living crap out of me. It's not. It's the analyst on the TV. Dark Sun G says, I saw Kane got a hat-trick after coming on as a sub. Maybe we should use him as an impact sub for a while and then use him as a start, as a starting, and then bring him into the starting lineup. He wants Dave Bappy up front for Villa. Look, Dark Sun G, I'll never disagree with you ever again. So I'm going to pass this one over to Jack because I don't want to disagree with you because I love Harry, but I also love you. So I'm going to give this one to Jack. I'm going to sit on the fence here.
This is another one where Dark Sun G maybe has been proven right again. Maybe Harry Kane, it's hard to say whether he's better as an impact sub, but certainly he's actually performed better time and time again as an impact sub. Will he do that in the Premier League? I think he would. I think he actually would be brilliant, coming off the bench as a Premier League. Again, he'd probably take that as a bit of an insult, take that as a bit, like something to wear on the chest, say, let me prove you wrong. And that's actually probably what he needs, Dark Sun G. I actually am going to believe you. I think he should probably we go Sonny, Lucas, Brian Hill, something like that, potentially. I know we won't be able to win any knockdowns or anything like that, but it is, again, how we played against, Man City. And we did create enough chances, I would say, with that kind of formation. I think he could be right. I really do think Dark Sun G could be right. And then against Aston Villa, it's hard to say. It's hard to say whether that might be a bit of an insult to Harry Kane, but at the same time, he's only performed his best when coming off the bench, Dark Sun G. So again, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No. And also, again, Dark Sun G is just not the guy, though, that tell you, even though he's had all the opportunities, has all the opportunities to tell you, like, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. He's too humble for it, Dave. And that's what I also love about him. He's too humble for it.
No, it is way too humble. But look, guys, I think we've come to the end here. Tottenham, of course, winning 5-1 today, guys. Absolutely brilliant win. Well, it's a good win. I wouldn't say brilliant. There's definitely some things to take away from it to learn on. It's a win and a learn situation, I would say. But, guys, honestly, I want to say a massive thank you for all your support today. It's been absolutely incredible. It's been off of the charts, guys. So a massive thank you to you. Everyone that smashed that like button. Everyone that smashed the subscribe button on here and over at the flatcapeurotalk. Everyone that sent in the super chats to help support us. And everyone who shared the streams. Guys, you're amazing on what you do for us. It's good to see some faces back. Nigel Gates, Dark Sun G, people of that ilk. Good to see some new people into the chat. And good to see all the regulars, of course, which, this channel would be nothing without. So, guys, it's been a good day, a good win, and hopefully a good weekend and a good week. So, look, as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.